Oh, yeah. All right, let's go on here. Time.
The Raider way, or the Raider tenets of commitment to excellence, just win, baby. Once a Raider, always a Raider.
To the back, and it's caught! There for the touchdown! Zach Wilson throws in traffic. It's picked off by Robert Spillane. Spillane taking off. He's down. He's in a little bit of trouble, but Adams gets him out of it. He got free in the secondary to the 23-yard. Devontae Adams, he's got it! Touchdown Raiders! Oh, a dice roll in Vegas for 6. The Raiders at the 40-yard line, and O'Connell wants to take a deep shot. And he's got Trey Tucker out there, Tucker diving, and he makes the catch inside the 10.
As a young guy, I had a dream that someday I would build the finest organization in professional sports.
You know, that's where we really should move. That would stick it to him.
Big birthday in Vegas this year. Love Vegas.
The man who became defined by 3 words was ready to make history on that day.
Just win, baby.
Breaking news, the Raiders have a new general manager coming.
The Las Vegas Raiders are hiring John Spytek as their new general manager. Breaking news into First Take, Adam Schefter tweeted moments ago, Pete Carroll and the Raiders now have reached an agreement on a 3-year deal.
Pete Carroll's the coach to go build up the Raiders. This is a great...
With the 6th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Las Vegas Raiders select Ashton Genty, running back, Boise State.
I've got that lightning inside me, son of a god. I'm like a titan that's rising on just you watch. I'm stepping into fame. There is no time to waste. I've got that lightning inside me. This is how quit. Step back, I'm going in. I'm cranking up on the throttle. This is how legends are made. This is how legends are made.
Salute Raider Nation. Appreciate y'all being here, man. Salute to the chat. Salute to the mods in the chat. Salute to everybody here on the panel. Salute Rudy. Salute Ammon. How do you say that?
Yeah, my bad, y'all. I gotta put you guys in my pocket for a second because I gotta load my groceries in my Uber.
Yep. Do your thing.
Alrighty.
And Amin, and then salute Ozzy. If you guys want to give a shout out for a startup show, give a shout out.
Shout out to Rudy, shout out to Amin for joining the panel. Shout out to anyone who joins in the chat or joins in, watches it later.
He got his hard Mike's lemonade. You give a shout out, Rudy, or what?
Oh yeah, shout out to everybody from Camper, California, Central Valley 559. Hopefully we get the first pick of the first round, lose to the Queefs, and we actually win. Sometimes you have to lose in order to win. It's just the way it is sometimes.
Going good.
That is facts.
So when we get here, we don't have to get on the freeway. We can just drive down.
Sometimes losing is winning, man, especially when you're looking at the NFL draft and it's at the end of the year. So that's most definitely factual truth. And I think so basically we're just going to get right to it, man. We're going to hop in here. So basically I heard some news today, man, that I feel like Brian Flores will be the next Raiders head coach. I heard that the Raiders have mutual interest inside of him and had it for a while now. Nothing's, written in stone. Anything can change. I know that there's a lot of things out there that say about Jesse Minster, Clint Kubiak, freaking all, Chris, freaking.
How you doing today, sir?
What is his name?
How you doing today?
Matt LaFleur. I mean, there's a lot of names floating around in there, but I believe at the end of the day, it's going to be Brian Flores and probably Josh McDaniel or McCown. Josh McCown will probably come here and be his OC if they don't do some deal like Brian Dabo coming here with them. I would assume it's going to be Josh McCown. And then this is something why I was going to talk about it and why I feel like
so we can just keep going straight.
Will leave this year and certain coaches won't. For instance, Brian Flores has been with the Vikings for the last few years. He's built up his panel, been with that team for a while. He's got relationships. His defenses are solid everywhere he's gone. If people remember when he was in Miami, he was the one that called out Tua 3 years ago. He literally said that he didn't want Tua. He wanted to trade Tua. He wanted to get rid of him. He said that he wasn't a good quarterback. And they ended up firing him and saying that it was his fault. But people got to remember, when Brian Flores went to that team was trash as fuck. They didn't have no defense. They didn't have no offense. They didn't have anything. He took that team. He ended up in 2 years a 24-25 record. Again, he got rid of 5 OCs in that time because he knew that he needed the OC to make the team better. And I've said it's hard. It's hard for a coaching staff to be able to get certain panels or certain people to come with them because they're already locked into deals. All right. And this is why I feel like when you look at Brian, he's able to leave because he has a connection with everybody. He's been there for multiple years. People know the teams are going to break down. And when a player or a staff member like him leaves, they allow them to usually take people that they need so they can go be successful at their next spot because that's their person, So when you look at, like, for instance, with Clint came, left out of San Francisco, went to New Orleans, and he's only been in Seattle 1 year. And you got to think about this. Seattle's a playoff team pushing for the Super Bowl. They're a Super Bowl team, so they're pushing for the Super Bowl. If Clint was to take anybody's head coaching job at the end of this year, it would hinder that team in a significant way because when he leaves, he's going to get the offense, he's going to get the quarterback coach. He's probably going to take the defensive coordinator. He's going to be taking a few damn people out of there. So I think if Seattle was smart, they're going to try to fucking either give him a bonus, something to at least have a 2-year run where they can develop the people that, behind them, that when he leaves, it doesn't hurt them, especially in that Super Bowl run or playoff run that they're having. So to me, I don't know if a 1-year coach will leave to go be a head coach. I don't know. Like if you were at our team and you got offered a head coaching job, like I'm fucking leaving. Just like the tight ends coach for us, he left. He went to FSU. He's going to go be the tight end coach in college than rather be on the fucking Raiders. So I think at the end of the day, look, Tom Brady literally said he's going to come out of the box, dude, during the, like the off season. He's going to come to the Raiders. He's going to be a way bigger voice. He's going to put in on the coaching, put on everything. I literally talked in the last show. What everybody's way that they run their teams, no matter who the fuck they are, they build off the people they know. That's how they build their teams when they go somewhere else. Tom Brady is like the godfather of every single fucking person that was there, dude. He was able to get Josh and Ziegler and them here. I'm telling you, I feel like it's going to be, and especially from what I heard today, that it's going to be Brian Flores. And like I've said, he's either going to bring Josh McCown or he's going to bring I hope he can get Brian Dabo, but if he can't, and he goes with McCown, I'm not going to argue it. I mean, he's done good over the last few years. He's done really good with a rookie quarterback, and people think like, if Brian comes here, he won't get a quarterback, but I disagree. I've said it. He was the one that argued that Tua wasn't good, and he wanted to get a quarterback. So I think Brian's a very smart coach. I've always said it with Bill Belichick. He makes every guy that's a big piece in his organization go through every step. They got to go through not just offense, defense, special teams. Like if you look at their resumes, most of the time when they've been with the Patriots for long period of time, they're like Josh McDaniels played offense and defense, special teams, fucking wide receiver coach, things like that. Like Bill makes people get familiar with all the I guess positions inside the team, just so you know your team. And I've said there's only been a few people that's ever left Bill Belichick's systems and ever had any success. And Brian Dabo is easily one of those people. I've said it. Patrick, that's fucking Ohio State. No, Ohio State's defensive coordinator right now. Fucking
Matt Patricia.
Matt Patricia. Yeah. When he ran a defense in the NFL, he was always top fucking 10, always top 10, even top 5 defense. He was a really good defensive coordinator, but he was a really bad head coach. The only 2 guys that's literally come off of him that have been head coach material that's done anything is Dabo and fucking Flores. So I've said it a lot. Like I've said, a lot of people can't just come to the Raiders and be a fucking coach here, man. And like, I like Clint. I push for Clint. I've pushed Clint the whole entire time on my page. I've said I want an offensive young coach the same way. But there's also questions that's raised to me over the last fucking few weeks of talking about Clint a lot. Like, I don't know if Clint has the assertiveness to fucking demand something from somebody versus being a Pete Carroll guy and trying to be their fucking friend. Like the Raiders have never been that way. The players have never been that way.
We need a hot ass coach like Gruden.
You need someone that's fucking strict. You need a guy that's gonna fucking tell him, hey, you're fucking up. Get the fuck over there and do it. Like, quit fucking doing this. Not, oh, you're okay. We'll get it by tomorrow. Like you can't do that shit, dude. Like the Raiders have always been a team since I've watched them a fucking hard-nosed team, man. And I've always said that's why Gruden gets the production, the loyalty, the fucking dedication from them. They always grow over each year, like, because that motherfucker tells people straight up. I mean, I don't know how many videos you can Google right now, put John Gruden's name in it, and see him over there telling fucking dude, get the fuck off the goddamn fucking field. He's get that quarterback ready, put him out. Oh, this guy fucking missed it.
Nate Peterman one, the ones at Tampa Bay as well. Like,
yeah, dude, he did it all the time, and he does it to offense, defense. Like, he'll talk shit even to the players. Remember Denver game, dude, come over, run his mouth. He's like, get the fuck out of here. You know, like, he don't fucking.
He don't talk to the refs. He was
exactly, and I feel like where people feel like Brian wouldn't be a good choice, dude. I disagree. Like, I'm not for a defensive coordinator. I've said it. I've said a defensive coordinator is only as good as the offensive coordinator that carries him. Why do you think that, Mike? You know, this is what people are thinking about Jesse Minster. I fucking know it already.
I'm not going that route.
People look at Jesse Minster. Why are you in here, dude? Come on, let's go out. No, hell no. Get out. Let's go. No, you're not. I take it with you. Go out. Do whatever the hell it is you're doing. But you're not turning that shit on. I'm going to get copyright. Go. And long story short, dude, like, okay, like people keep bringing up Jesse Minster because of I know why they're doing it, because of Mike Macdonald. But listen, Mike Macdonald, man, dude, and Jesse Minster, yeah, they both went the Harbaugh fucking way, dude. Mike Macdonald was with Jim Harbaugh at Michigan first, and then fucking his brother needed a defensive coordinator, so fucking Jim Harbaugh sent Mike Macdonald there. Then they sent Jesse Minster, which was special teams coordinator, to Michigan, so he can be the defensive coordinator under Jim, which I've told everybody, but they're fucking too dumb to understand it. Jim Harbaugh, no matter where the fuck he's ever gone, he has his own defense. He runs his own defense.
That's okay, beautiful.
And he runs his offense. It's his defense ran through him every stint. Fucking Stanford, Niners, Michigan. Look at the fuck up. You know, like that's how he's always been. Jesse Minster is a product of fucking Jim Harbaugh's fucking offense.
Let me tell you something.
Listen,
hey, yo. I'm on the phone. Hey, I wanted to say, Brian Flores is okay, but I don't want no defensive coach. Period.
I agree.
Hold on. No, I'm on the phone. Yes, I don't want no period. Yes, he got.
Oh, I think he cut out.
Yeah. I do agree. I like Brian Flores as a defensive coordinator, but I think in our division, a defensive coordinator will not work.
Salute, James.
I'm actually with Dustin on this one, so it's kind of a tricky.
Yeah, I don't want no defensive coach. Period.
What I was gonna say. When you look at
he can hold people accountable. Hold on, you guys. Keep going straight, sir. My house is literally straight ahead.
Cross foot here.
Yes, sir. Because that he can't develop them, and Josh McCown is not a proven play caller. I understand he's a quarterback's coach, but look at Ty Donnie in 2017.
Yeah,
can you guys hear me?
JJ McCarthy with him right now. I mean, he developed JJ McCarthy in there right now. I mean, there are certain coaches that develop players under other people, you know, why they're doing it. It's not fucking Kevin O'Connell over there doing it. He'll have certain time with them to talk to him and see him, but it's Josh McCown that makes the way that JJ McCarthy plays on the field is through him, you know, like, and look, at the end of the day, when you look at the Harbaugh, their family is fucking football. That's who they are. So when they run their schemes, it ain't no different than fucking the Paytons. It ain't no different than a lot of people, because when they're
same with John Gruden.
Yeah, it's their family, man. Like their family knows their shit. They've been through the NFL. They know what they're fucking doing, dude. And Harbaugh's has been one for a long fucking time, and they're gonna make a mistake with Jesse Minster because they want to say like, oh, Michigan tie, Tom Brady, fucking blah 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 bullshit. With Telesco or Spytech and shit, but I sit here and say that'd be a fucking mistake. Jim Harbaugh built that motherfucker. Jim Harbaugh built his ass.
Jim will destroy us
You
twice
don't
a
think
year
he
if we have
don't know
Jesse
how to
Mintus.
fucking compete against him? He most definitely know how to compete against him on the daily. And he takes his defense that he has on his motherfucking team right now, and he fucking competes against him right now. Like, and he's been doing it, guess what? His whole fucking time from college to the NFL. When a motherfucker got your number, he got your fucking number. And I don't give a fuck if you go into the AFC West going against our coaching staff with one dude having your name all the fucking time. Like, no, we're not doing that shit, dude. Like, I think Jesse Minster would be a big mistake here. And
Be
again,
nasty
who
if
the
you
fuck
could
is
stuck with 2
OC?
losses a year. And
Who the fuck is his OC? Who the fuck is he bringing fucking here? What coaching staff he bringing here? What line coach? What defensive? I mean, what fucking? This guy only been here for 2 fucking years, and we're like, yeah, this guy's just gonna assemble this whole fucking team. I keep telling people, Seattle, John Snyder in Seattle is one smart motherfucker. He builds the fucking team. He builds that shit. That's him, dude. Like, I don't fucking. These people are. I think they're crazy as hell that they think we're going to go get them and do it. Look, Brian Flores has already done it once. This is why I said I don't want Robert Saleh. Brian Flores has already went to Miami and put up the result of rebuilding a motherfucking team. He went 24-25, said Tua was a fucking dink, was willing to get rid of that motherfucker to put anybody else in that fucking spot. So it obviously knows how to evaluate a fucking player, obviously, and it don't take him 2 fucking years into a stint. He's seen it right off the fucking get-go. That's what we fucking need. I've said it. Bill Belichick teaches his fucking people to the fucking T. It's can that those people understand it? He can most definitely understand it. You know why Brian Flores got out of there and has all the court case and everything? Because he wanted to get rid of fucking Tua. And the owner was like, nah, we ain't fucking do that, man. We just fucking fire you. You know, basically, exactly. You know, at the end of the day, you got to have a motherfucker going to stand here and stand ground. There's a big difference. Brian Flores is proven. Clint Kubiak is not. He's not coached fucking nobody.
As much as I like Clint, he could be another Josh McDaniels.
He's never done nothing. He's never done nothing. What fucking quarterback did he fucking build? What quarterback has he developed right now that he's done it? But if he sit there and say, you know, like, oh, he's Sam Darnold, bullshit. Kevin O'Connell fucking just had the fucking same success with him over there. You know what I mean? So I would say it came from him first. You're just taking right in his fucking deal right there. What happened over in New England, dude? There wasn't no fucking rookie quarterback that did any fucking good. If I recall, he played Spencer Rattler in them and still didn't. Then we go over to the fucking Niners. That was Purdy, maybe. Maybe if we looked up, it would be Purdy at the most. So if we're sitting here giving a guy credit to building up what fucking quarterback? You know, like, and I'm not gonna say he can't be a good coach. I'm just gonna say I don't think Clint comes out as a head coach this year because he's gonna dismantle Seattle's fucking offense, and I don't know if they'll be ready for that. And I don't know if they would. I think they'll pay him fucking money not to. I think they'll say like, "Fuck, give us a year, man, and let us."
Yeah, they'll probably pay to keep him. I think.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, that's a big hit, dude. When your team's ready to go to a Super Bowl, and more times than not, offensive coordinators in those situations, they don't just fucking bail on their team. You know, they usually want to see it through. And if they know that they leave this year and they have a good chance for next year because they still have their offense and defense intact, they usually run it back, you know? So I don't know. Like I said, I just wouldn't count that he's just guaranteed that he's going to go to be anybody's coach. I would, if I'm going to bet, I would say he has the skill set. I'm pretty sure he can do it. His dad, he has a lot of connections through his dad. I think he can build the staff. I don't think Clint's going to be the problem. But I do know, I'm almost 100% sure he would try to take fucking Aiden fucking Duro, the defensive coordinator there, because again, Mike McDonald calls the plays. He's just labeled the defensive coordinator. And this is why I've said if Brian Flores comes here, there's a good chance that Rob Leonard stays because he played with or was with them already. And he
Miami 2020.
In Miami, he can be promoted to defensive coordinator. He can be promoted to the defensive coordinator, but he won't call plays. But if Patrick Graham stays here, which he was with him too in Miami, he's not going to be allowed to call his plays. He'll be here again like Pete. That's why I think that, in my opinion, that's why I think at the end of the day, Patrick Graham will be gone. I think he's done.
Yeah, I think
And
he's
then,
gone. I think the Raiders are holding up his career. Basically, they probably leave.
I think Patrick Graham can call plays as a defensive coordinator.
Oh, he can, but if you have a defensive head coach, you don't want that. You want
defensive head coach, offensive head coach. They're not gonna fucking let the OC or DC call plays. It's just facts.
Exactly. You want someone learning under him.
Go show me a head coach outside of Pete Carroll not holding a motherfucking play sheet in their hand. You know,
It's just like Greg Olsen under John Gruden. Like John Gruden.
The head coach is gonna call the plays. I mean, fucking Kyle Shanahan, fucking every guy, Andy Reid, fucking McVay, fucking Matt LaFleur, fucking every fucking coach, Ben Johnson, any coach, Mike McDonald, fuck every coach, fucking Mike McDonald, fucking
Todd
McDaniels, fucking Mike McDaniels, fuck every coach calls their plays, you know. So you're most definitely, and that's why I've said it's really hard to sit and say that people want to take an offensive coordinator that doesn't call plays and tell them, oh, you're a head coach all of a sudden. You know, like it's one thing when you're sitting behind a dude that's calling the plays that are winning those games, and then people are giving you credit because of your title.
I like Kubiak, but if you're telling me Kubiak or Flores, well, Flores has the experience that we need. He's
I would say Flores has the rebuilding skill. Flores has
he's
the
done it with
rebuilding
Miami.
skill.
Yeah, he's done it with Miami because we've got to remember Miami was shit. Like they were like dog shit, and they were way better after Flores went there.
Flores's defense, and you guys can look this shit up. Flores's defense he doesn't need any scheme of players. So he doesn't need, oh man, my defense like fucking Robert Saleh. You have to have a solid front four cornerbacks, dude. That's his fucking system. Brian Flores don't need that system. Brian Flores says, hey, I can run any motherfucker out here. Okay, look at my package here with my players. You guys are a fucking blitz package. We're gonna blitz motherfuckers, and we're gonna get there, and we're gonna win. We got fucking players here. Oh, you're covered. All right, we'll play a coverage defense this year. You'll play a fucking Brian Flores is probably easily
one of the
motherfuckers in all football that knows how to adapt a defense to any fucking players he has on the team.
Yeah, I think he got that from Belichick and stuff.
Damn right he fucking did. And don't forget this guy's won Super Bowls and everything calling plays, his own fucking plays. So like I've said, I think Brian would probably be one of the best hires we can get, man. And I've said it. If you can get Brian Dabo,
would be best, but if not Josh McCown, I get why you get Josh McCown.
If you can get Josh McCown or Dabo, I mean, I've said it, dude. Like a year or two ago, when people brought up the whole Josh McCown topic, I was like, you're crazy as fuck, dude. But the more and more I've watched him over the last few years, I would have zero problem with him coming here. He's had great success with fucking rookie quarterbacks. He's had good success with Sam Darnold. Look at video of Sam Darnold and see who he gives the credit to about why he got back on track.
I'm just wondering.
It wasn't Kevin O'Connell, it was fucking Josh McCown. And you look at
how would you feel about keeping Greg Olsen with Josh McCown coming over under him for 1 year or something?
However they choose to run their teams, man. But I mean, the Greg Olsen would be a Mark Davis hire again. Okay. And I just feel like the head coach needs to build his own team. You know,
fair enough. I get what you're saying.
If he chooses he wants the guy here, then let him have the guy here. But it should be his choice, and he should be able to build the team. I think if you're going for a true rebuild, listen, dude, Brian Flores is young. He's had a great defense every fucking place he's gone. You know, like he's turned his side of the fucking ball around. And let's be honest, why did he get fired in Miami? He had a disagreement with the owner. The fucking dude fucking crazy anyway. So it's not like he was fucking wrong. Years down the road, everybody be like, "Oh, the motherfucker was right." You know what I mean? Like,
well, he's pretty much right now because I just mentioned to us, so he was right.
Will do.
Dude, Saleh fucking had a better defense assembled than the Jets. He had a better offense assembled than the Jets, and he still couldn't win jack shit.
I'm in just for a minute.
And the kicker is playing.
There's too much background noise. If you want to mute him just until he's ready to come on. Yeah, cheers.
Yeah, because
What do
I
you say?
think like at the end of the day, man, like I get it. A lot of people don't want to see certain things, and I don't either. But the one thing I do know, if Tom Brady is serious and everybody's serious about Tom, everybody says, oh, Tom needs to commit, Tom needs to come to the team more, Tom needs to, put his voice, he needs to be heard, blah, blah. Like everybody keeps saying the same shit about Tom. So Tom's gonna step out. Tom's gonna get his guys. He don't know fucking Clint Kubiak. He has no relation with Clint
But he
fucking
knows
Kubiak.
Flores, though.
And don't get me wrong, man. Like, I'm not gonna say that he ain't gonna target Clint. I'm not gonna say that it's not, but I'm gonna say, man, I have a really good feeling. Like, and I could be wrong, dude. It could be anybody or anything, but I feel like that's the direction they're gonna try to go. Somebody that's done it before, that's still a young coach, hasn't innovated fucking offense or defense, that can change stuff. You tell me Brian Flores comes here with fucking Max Crosby, and everybody keeps saying Max Crosby's the face of the team. Would you go offense with who? Nobody, because there's nobody there. So if you go in defense and your head coach, he's going to build a relationship with fucking Max Crosby.
Also, I would like a guy like Flores to evaluate our team properly, like guys like Malcolm, Tyree, and all the other guys behind Max.
Can you imagine? He'll give Malcolm and them playing just like AP did.
Yeah.
AP had them playing no problem, playing at some of their best ball, and then fucking got booted out. Here comes fucking Pete, and we can't do shit. Like fucking Brian Flores will most definitely get the players playing to a different level because he schemes his players to his defense.
The other good thing is you're keeping Rob Leonard, so you got that familiarity on the D line.
I think he chooses to keep Rob Leonard himself.
That's what I'm saying, because they work together in Miami. Like
don't get me wrong, he could keep Patrick Graham too. I'm not going to argue that he won't. I'm just going to say I would assume Brian Flores being his own play caller, he would assume to call his own shit, so.
Well, I'm thinking Graham is more likely the one to want out anyway, even if that was the case, just because he probably wants to be able to try for a head coach job at some point.
I think I've heard reports this year that Patrick Graham is most definitely leaving at the end of the year, and due to the fact that he feels like he's been suffocated in head coach.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because it's like we passed him over twice already.
Mm-hmm. And he got passed by a college coach for a defense coordinator and with the Bengals. So, like I said, when you're just where we are with no results of winning, I mean, you can probably put up the best defense in the league, but if you're still not winning, they're going to probably still look at that kind of shit, So, I don't know, man. I don't know how it'll go, how it'll be or not, but it's just like I've said, like with Brian and them. If he does come, I think it'll be a good deal. I think he can get the coaching staff. I mean, I think he's probably the most prepared, if I'm just being honest. I mean, fucking he's already been there. He's already probably been looking for the last few years. He's been deserving, but it's been a lot to do with the court cases, everything going on. I mean, I've said numerous times I would take him. I don't know. Like I said, I think it'll just depend on who his OC is, and I hope they check it out obviously first and we're a staff. But I think that's where Brady will try to go, is somebody he knows, and I don't think Dabo will be. I don't think Dabo will be considered as a. I don't think Dabo will be considered as a head coach candidate right now. So I'm assuming that it would be Brian before him, but. Either way, what do you guys think? Whatever.
Yeah, well, I kind of agree, and I think the best option for OC would be Dable, but if not, like you said, Josh McCown's like a good second option. I think this is the way, like you were saying, he's developed McCarthy pretty good over the last, season and a half, I think, now.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I don't like any of the options, really, because they're not very good. I mean, we're in a very competitive league, and it's like we have to go with either B, not even B, going with plan C, D, E, and F. I mean, you got Jim Harbaugh, you got Andy Reid, you got Sean Payton. And if you bring B-rated guys yes, Tom Flores, he's a good organizer and all that. But I know people say, yes, Bill Belichick. But Bill Belichick was a special teams guy originally. But he is more toned to the defensive spectrum than the offense. But he knows both spectrums. He knows how to run the offense and defense. He knows where to fix things up. Well, now he's outdated and out of touch and everything. He hasn't upgraded and everything. So to me, Brian Flores, I would rather have him as a defensive coordinator, not a head coach. My opinion, the Raiders really, really, really want to win. Mark Davis, I'm sorry, he's going to have to get as much lip gloss as he can get John Gruden. That's the only guy I can think of. Everyone else is irrelevant. We could take a chance with the Clint Kubiak. Maybe he's good, maybe he's not. It's a 50-50 because sometimes, like we've seen before, like look at Josh McDaniels. He was a great offensive mind, but he was a certain specter. He's not a proven offensive coordinator for any team. He's the best offensive coordinator for the Patriots. He was offensive coordinator for the Rams, and he sucked ass. But when he goes to the Patriots, he fits their system. He's a systematic OC. He's not an OC that will fit anybody. He only fits certain systems, which is why he's great with Mike Vrabel and everything. My saying is Gruden's the only guy I can think of. Anyone else, it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. It's just not going to. We're not going to challenge. We could take a chance with a younger offensive mind type of guy, but it's like it's like this. It's an unforgiving league. We're in the AFC West, and it's like a young fish coming into a sea full of sharks. And that's what the AFC West is.
I'm half agreeing with you because I wouldn't mind Gruden, but I also like Flores because Flores also has the experience as well.
He has the experience, but he was in remember what league he was in? He was with the Miami Dolphins, and they were halfway decent, but they were in the weakest division of the.
I mean, he had to go against the Bills and fucking Bill Belichick.
Yeah, but
and now he's in the Vikings. That's not a fucking weak division either. And looking up his deal right now,
he's a coordinator.
Right now, even with the team that struggled this year, he's still top 5.
Well, like
top 5, top 10 in overall defense, yards, and game. Said the only thing that they struggled in this year was run stopping, but third down efficiency, everything. Total defense, around 5th in total yards allowed, points allowed around 5th in points per game. Pass defense, top tier, potentially even number 1 in some metrics like yards allowed. Run defense, they were ranked in the 20s. It was the worst deal. But last season, strong pressure rate, 2nd, third down defense, 5th, turnover rate 11th over the last few fucking years. I mean, Brian Flores' defense, even if the team is slouching, his shit ain't. His shit still is playing at a hell high level. And he can't fucking go out there and make the quarterback throw the fucking ball.
Exactly. And that's why I think you need Brian and you need a good OC. Like, you get Brian and a good OC, then I think we're good.
Well, I mean
who's Brian in? Brian's in the Lions division, or isn't the Vikings there in the fucking Lions division, the Bears fucking division, and the Packers, right? Isn't it the Packers, Bears, Lions? Like they ain't
Lions.
He
It's
ain't
a very
in no
competitive NFC division, but
he ain't in no slouch division. It's probably one of the hardest divisions right now.
AFC West is the hardest division. The only
outside the Raiders and the Chiefs
is us.
Well, I would disagree with that. The AFC West most definitely isn't the hardest division right now.
Right now.
No, hell no. We got the Chiefs and the Raiders scrubbing it, so I don't.
Well, the Chiefs are injured and everything; they're busted out.
I think.
So you're right. Yeah, it's Bears, Lions, and Green Bay. This is the division of the Vikings.
Yeah, I know. They're fucking. They ain't no slouch division. Brian Flores don't play in slouch divisions. Even when he went to Miami,
Miami had the Bills and the Patriots.
Think about it like this: Brian Flores went to Miami on a broken team and still fixed the motherfuckers and still went against fucking Bill Belichick and still ended up with a 24-5 record.
Yeah, and the Bills as well. The Bills were coming good at that time.
Blue Raider Nation, salute to all you guys. Ghost, James, everybody, man. Appreciate all you guys. Appreciate all you guys popping up, man.
Salute everyone. Yeah, like I
I don't know
said,
if you want to unmute Armin yet. I don't know if Armin's ready to talk or not. Because it looks like his phone keeps loading. I'm not sure.
Who?
Armin. Because you had him muted from before, so I don't know if he's trying to talk or not.
Oh, he's trying to come in.
It is, Mom.
Can you hear us, Armin? Maybe just mute him again.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just leave a
I
message
don't
in the
know.
private
I
chat.
don't know if he can hear us right now or not.
Yeah, I might want to just mute him for a second. Then I'll just leave a message
You
in the
got the
private
top
chat.
of it. I don't want the top. I want the cedar. I want it.
All he's got to do is he can unmute himself. I'm not
okay. Okay.
mute him. He can just unmute himself.
When he's ready, yeah.
Look, man, I get it, dude. I get a lot of people aren't going to like the Brian Flores deal, but if people just stop and use their brains for a fucking minute, dude, and look at the personality, it's like Rudy just said, you need Gruden. Anybody ever watch fucking Flores coach? Like, anybody ever watch him coach?
He chewed Chewer out plenty of times.
He's going to most definitely be the closest thing to Gruden without Gruden being here. Like, he most definitely, I've said it, the guy fits the Ravens and the Steelers culture to a fucking T. To a fucking T. There's a big difference. He started out on a phenomenal fucking team and organization with the Patriots. And more times than not, when they leave and go to a team like the fucking Dolphins, they just fall flat on their fucking face. He didn't. He fucking turned that place around, dude, right the fuck away. He didn't
Dolphins were ass chased before Flores.
He didn't get fired because he sucked at coaching. He didn't get fired because he was a bad coach. He got fired because he got in a fucking argument with the owner, and then also didn't want fucking Tua and was looking to fucking ship his ass. And they were like, oh, well, fuck no. Like, he didn't get fired because he couldn't win. You know, like I said, he had a better defense fucking ran than Solid did in fucking the Jets with better players. You tell me fucking Brian Flores got old Sauce fucking Gardner and Quentin Williams over there. He'd have fucking wrecked people's lives, dude. Tell him that he got Aaron fucking Rodgers and that whole deal with him over there. He would have fucking won. You know, like, Flores didn't sit there and pull a Gruden where he was like, man, let me hold on defensive coordinator Paul Gunther for 2 years because he was my friend. What did Brian Flores do? He fucking fired 5 offensive coordinators in 2 fucking years trying to find someone that can fucking win. You know, like, he's like, fuck, dude, I'm calling my plays, call your shit. You know, like, it's that type of deal. And I think
that's what we need. That's what we need. We need a
I think when he went this time, I think when he went to being a DC this time, and now he's established that relationship with fucking McCown and over underneath that offense, Steve and all of them, like or Kevin, Kevin, all of them, salute at him. But with all of them, you know, like I think McCown would be a good fucking coach, dude. Like, just look him up, Google him, fucking bring it up, dude. There's multiple people that talk about he's an up and rising guy. He's going to be the next fucking deal. He knows how to call plays, work with players. Fucking, he's already had success with 2 Sam Darnold and motherfucking JJ. So, like I've said, dude, if we are to draft a young quarterback in Fernando Mendoza or trade for somebody like Malik Willis, I believe that he'll be able to have success with either one. I don't think he's going to not. And I believe that we're going to need a bridge quarterback regardless. So I'm going to keep pushing Malik Willis, dude, like for fucking anywhere between 15 and 25 mil. We'd be fools not to try to trade for that motherfucker. We have 3 fourth round picks. Trade one of those motherfuckers. Like, they ain't gonna get no fucking second round pick. Just throw one of them to them.
I was just going to ask you what you thought would be draft capital for Willis, but yeah,
I guess give him a 4th round pick, dude. Fucking, like I said, we have 3. Let them pick. I don't give a fucking what one they want. Pick whatever one you want. You can have one. Hell,
yeah, maybe even
got 10 fucking draft picks.
Yeah, or maybe even a 4th and a 6th just to get it over the line.
Yeah, I mean, I'll do whatever. I mean, just to go bring them here, that's nothing. That's chump change, dude. What do we cut Tommy and them, and what were they? 5th round picks? 5th round pick. We cut their ass right before the season. So we're gonna let go of Pickett too. We gave up a 5th round pick for him too. He's gonna get fucking cut too at the end of this year. You know, like, there's going to be a lot of people that are fucking, unless he just wants to be a Raider and takes 10 million. But if you're telling me 10 million for Pickett or 15 million for Pickett, I'm giving that shit to fucking Willis all day long before I ever get Pickett. Didn't show shit. He didn't show he can pass, throw shit. Willis showed that he can run all over Baltimore's defense and fucking pass on him. So, yeah, I mean, I think if fucking Green Bay's defense fucking stepped up, they would have beat fucking Baltimore. So I don't think they lost because of him. I think they lost because the fucking defense, you know. He played against Chicago, everything. I mean, he's played in, 8 games or so. He has fucking 8, 9 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, dude. I mean, fucking dude has 134 PR. I mean,
McCown was.
Dude, if the Raiders were smart,
had Bryce Young before McCarthy.
I'm just gonna say it like this: look, if Fernando Mendoza got put in next year's draft, he wouldn't even be a top 5 quarterback among quarterback picks. He may be top 5, but maybe 6, 7, maybe top 5, I'd say. This year, he's getting projected high, like the number 1, obviously, because he's the only quarterback in this year's draft. So, of course, he fucking is the best quarterback. He separated himself from everybody. But there's nobody else that can come in. Dante Moore is not even on Fernando's level. Can Dante Moore be a great athlete? Can Dante Moore in 2 years from now develop into that guy? Yeah, fucking A, he can. But he ain't better than Fernando right now. That's just fucking facts, dude. I've said it. When Dante Moore is on, motherfucker's on. But when he sucks, he fucking sucks. He don't come out of his slumps. He don't change his games. Fernando Mendoza does. He's shown numerous times be fucking struggling in the first half of a fucking game, come in at halftime, come back out, kick the fuck out of dudes. Like, some quarterbacks have that shit. And I'm not going to sit here and say that we shouldn't take Fernando. I would just say, if we can get Malik, you already have Aiden, you have fucking Cam Miller, run with Malik for the fucking year and draft fucking Averill Reese, dude, and put Averill Reese with Max. And then next year, when he got fucking, 10 quarterbacks coming out of the draft that are all good motherfuckers, then go after one of them. And people say, oh, if you're winning your 20th or 15th, you're not bullshit, dude. That's why you trade the pick right now to the Jets or somebody else, pick up multiple first-round picks. And then next year, when you're fucking ready to go jump back up there, you're giving up the picks you just got right now. You're just giving them those picks now to get back there to get your motherfucking quarterback. So, yeah, that's why it's called strategically game planning your fucking draft, dude. Like, sometimes you got to do it before the draft happens. And I believe we are sitting in the perfect spot to make that fucking happen. If we have first overall draft or the first overall pick, I've said it, man. Don't fucking just rush to get a quarterback because everybody's so desperate to get one, dude. Like, and I'm not going to sit here and say Fernando can't be a franchise guy. I'm absolutely not saying that in any way, shape, or form. I'm just saying there's not an Averill Reese in next year's draft. There's plenty of fucking Fernando Mendozas. So if you're building a team, I don't believe that you need to go out and just get a quarterback when your offense and defense still sucks. Your offense and defense still suck. You got to still build up both sides of that fucking ball. Why not just go spend the fucking draft cap, figure out someone that's just mid this year?
I'd also argue that the defense has more holes than the offense.
If you go for 2 years, dude, and then bring your quarterback in, you're running a quarterback on a 5-year contract with a winning fucking team. If you bring quarterback in right now and put him on a 5-year contract for the ticker, especially being the number 1 motherfucking pick overall, that we're not gonna be winning for 2 years. So you're not getting production out of this like what we need for at least the 2 years. So I think that's just fucking waste of fucking money. If you put Averill Reese on the fucking line right now, him and Max gonna murder motherfuckers, especially with Brian Flores. They're gonna fucking destroy people, dude. Like, you got Brian Flores calling that defense with both of those motherfuckers and Malcolm Kuntz backing them up, dude. Snowden, fucking, there's some dudes on that line, fucking Butler and so on.
I was going to say also, apart from getting Reese, there's a few good I like nose tackles and 3-techs coming out this year too that you can get in like second, third round and shit.
Yeah, I believe, dude. Like, if we went in that direction, I think our team can win, man. And I think not only can we win, I've said I've always thought the Raiders are offensively ran team. I've said it for a long time. But when you put a guy like Flores in there and that defense is locked down, I mean, that's going to be tough too. And then that's where Malik Willis can win. He doesn't need to go out and put up 40 fucking points a game every fucking game. But if everybody sits here and talks about how bad the O-line is, oh, you're going to have to fix it, blah, 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 who do you think has better chance of doing that in the NFL right now? Do you think it's Fernando Mendoza being the first overall pick from Indiana that sat behind a good fucking line, didn't have to struggle like that every fucking down? Or do you think it's a Malik Willis that was drafted to the Tennessee fucking Titans, dealt with that shit for 2 fucking years, went over to the fucking Green Bay, and now has developed himself? I'm pretty sure I'm taking fucking Malik. I'm pretty sure I'm taking Malik when it comes to playing in the motherfucking NFL today behind a line like the motherfucking Raiders. I believe he would have the better success regardless. When the motherfucker throws deep passes, the guy got 134 QBR. How the fuck you do that when you just dropping fucking bombs on motherfuckers? That's what we're built on. Motherfucking speed, man. You give him Tucker in that arm, boy, he's gonna fucking just dot up.
I was gonna say there's a couple of extra receivers we can grab in like the 3rd or 4th round too. So like if you go Arvell Reese and then maybe a defensive tackle like a 3-tech or a nose tackle, like a big dude, and then you get a receiver in like the 3rd round, like an X receiver. Fuck, man.
I mean, fuck, I'd go after a starting receiver in that 2nd round, dude. I mean, I would 100% just go DN. I would go DN receiver because if you bring Malik here, I mean, I don't want to try to do no experiments where I'm like, oh, 3rd, 4th round dude going to be our number 1. I would like to go. I would like to go.
I was going to say get Marquise Brown and
if we were able to trade the first pick, if we traded the first pick and picked up, let's just say the Jets both picks, you know, their 2nd and then their other pick that they got this year.
Right.
If we were able to do that, like pay,
then we can do it,
at 2 and then fucking get a receiver with that other first and then go nose with the 2nd, then fuck yeah. But I think
that's what I'm saying.
I think receiver has to be just as important as a fucking quarterback, to be honest. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I almost feel like it's like you either go quarterback receiver, like right off the get-go, like if that's the route you're going to go, you just go quarterback receiver. So you get your tandem right off the get-go, both out of college, both fucking connection, be who your team is. Like that would probably be the smartest choice if you're going that way. But I also believe if you go Malik, man, and then you're just, what are you just giving them? Fucking Tucker and you're giving them Tucker and Betch, and then we're asking them to go do shit. Like I think, and Bowers, I mean, I think you have to give him the quarter or the receiver. And if you don't do it with the 2nd pick, you got to at least get him one in free agency, like straight up, dude, you know? So I just feel like you have to have a true dominant one receiver, you know, like I'm saying, I think if you're doing a true rebuild, the more and more I think about it, dude, I just feel like if you do not go get Malik Willis, dude, as a quarterback, and you don't go after Reese and them this year, I mean, you're just fucking yourself because you need to go after players to establish the roster to win too. You know what I mean? Like you have to have the players to establish the roster to win too, like straight up.
Facts.
So the offense can only win so many games trying to, you know, put up 40 fucking points.
Well, what I was going to say is, that's what we went through with Derek Carr. We had the offense, we just didn't have shit on defense.
We didn't have a secondary. We had actually pretty good linebackers, like with Jack Del Rio and good linemen, but we lacked the secondary.
Not really. I mean, if you look at 2017, then there's shit.
Well,
and not just that, the whole time we had Derek Carr.
That's a perfect example, though. That's perfect example. See,
good linebackers.
When Del Rio was the coach and he fucking was coaching, he had Todd Musgrave.
Smith and,
but the minute he got rid of Todd Musgrave, he went 6 and Musgrave was next fucking year. Next year.
Of course, you're right.
The defensive coordinator as head coach only goes as far as the OC that carries them. It's just facts.
Yeah, I agree with there. Bill Belichick had some good OCs, but when he went for defensive, he tried to turn a defensive coordinator into a offensive coordinator, and I think Bill Belichick could have saved his career getting Josh McDaniels, because when you saw Mike Vrabel, who plays that same Bill Belichick system, he got Josh McDaniels back as an OC. He completed it. It's a Patriot system.
Yeah, he didn't do that. The Patriots already gave Josh an interview to come back there, and then it was up to him if he was coming back under Vrabel. So, like I've always said, that's
nobody wanted Josh McDaniels, though. I mean,
yeah.
They
I mean,
looked
who
at him as
won
a
it?
piece of shit.
Who fucking wouldn't want him?
Because of the shit he's done, even though
I would take Josh back right this fucking minute if he was the OC. Like, I would take Josh McDaniels back right now if he was the OC. So, if he came in here with Brian Flores and he was the OC for him, I would have zero fucking problem with it. Josh didn't have a problem with his offense. Josh just had a fucking problem in his head with dealing with the team. That's the only problem.
Flores comes from, like you said, he did come from the Patriot system, but like I said, with history, when Josh McDaniels went to the Rams as an OC, he sucked ass there. He didn't fit well there. It wasn't a good fit for him. It's where he fits better, the system. He's a system.
His offense in the Raiders wasn't bad.
He only went to the Rams after he got fired from the Broncos, and he was good with the Broncos. Just again, another fucking deal. He was the one that drafted Tim Tebow. Josh defeats himself. The Rams sucked at that fucking time. Well, is Josh going to turn the whole organization around because he can call plays? That's the whole thing. Like, Josh is good play caller. I take that fucking guy anywhere, anytime. Yeah. I just feel like you can't give him control to get rid of your starting quarterback.
Well, he played even his last year with Bill Belichick. They were barely a 6th seed when we were the 5th seed. After Gruden was resigned.
Well, Josh's first year, he had Devontae Adams and Josh Jacobs' career years.
Yeah, it looked good, but it was
he had Derek Carr. He had Derek Carr.
Derek Carr's best year.
His career year with John Gruden at 4,800 yards.
I mean, you remember the Seattle game where Josh Jacobs ran that 86-yard run, and Josh McDaniels got pissed at Derek Carr because he audibled it.
Because he was trying to lose. That's why he wanted to lose the game.
Carr seen that linebacker pressing, and he fucking knew the hole he was going in, and he called that audible fucking right away. He was like, oh, nah.
Yeah.
And that's why they benched his fucking ass, because it took him out of the loop. They were actually trying to lose to get
that game.
Bryce Young or CJ Stroud. Silos Raider, appreciate you, bro. Happy New Year's to you too, man. Really do appreciate you.
They didn't bench him after that game. They benched him as a scapegoat.
No, it was just a few games after, but they still benched him because of that. Those meaningless games.
That was the most retarded thing Josh McDaniels ever did, and he fucked himself he could never be a head coach. He could be a good follower. That's all he is. He's a follower,
Yeah, but it's just like Steve Spagnuolo and numerous other people in the NFL. Some of the best defense and offensive coordinators are failed head coaches, dude. Like, straight up.
But Josh McDaniels will never ever be a head coach. He fucked himself. Not all great OCs can be head coaches. There are some. Most of the time, it is though. Most of the time, it is. But for Josh McDaniels, he's one of the exceptions where he's a terrible head coach. He's best concentrating on offense only. When he gets into offense, defense, special teams, he struggles really bad. He's just better off working on a quarterback as an OC than being because he's good as an OC and a quarterback coach at the same time. But as a head coach, he sucks. His history says he always sucked. He could have been good though, like you said, with the Raiders. He had all the right players and everything, had all the best players, and he still fucked up though.
Sometimes that's just how it is, man. Sometimes that's just how it is.
But one thing I just can't stand him. He's a backstabbing little weasel bastard. I can't stand him.
Look, I feel like if someone's going to represent the silver and black right now,
Yeah.
I feel like Brian Flores would be like the perfect guy. Put him in the silver and black And look at
Yeah,
the
He like a Jack
motherfucker.
Del Rio though.
Not just that. He's got the attitude. Like he's got that kind of attitude like Gordon had, where he doesn't
Dude, he
give a fuck.
the guy's a fucking, he's tough himself. He's
That's
just
what I'm
tough
saying.
himself, dude. Like, and I
That's what
feel
we
like
need.
when you carry that energy with your fucking players, they're like, hey, I'm fuck with this guy. He's gonna fuck you up, dude. You know, like,
exactly.
and
That's what we
I
need
feel
right
like
now.
I'm not gonna say that Clint couldn't be a good coach, man. I absolutely don't want to say that because
I
but
think Clint's
the
more likely
problem
to go
is
somewhere like
like,
New
has
York.
Clint ever rebuilt a team? Has he ever been through something to this drastic? You know, like Brian has. Brian has.
I think Clint's going to be more like Ben Johnson, where he goes to a team like fucking New York or somewhere that has a quarterback and shit already.
It's already there.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I said, I still don't like the situation. I think we are in a tough division, especially even though Andy Reid faltered. Yes, it was injuries. I mean, look at the teams that were injured, that didn't go anywhere, but then went to the Super Bowl. The Eagles, they were banged up, and then all of a sudden they got healthier, and they had a rematch with the Kansas City Chiefs, and they beat their ass like they're nothing. The Chiefs were struggling already. Their line was already busted up, and
Their O-line's been busted up for like 2-3 years now.
Yeah, the Chiefs got to fix
It's been
that
busted up
O-line.
since Tom Brady won in Tampa.
Well, it got better in a way than they got hurt
2020
again.
or whatever.
I mean,
well, they made some moves, but what I'm saying is they haven't really fixed that line since they got fucked up by Tampa Bay in the Tom Brady Super Bowl.
Well, but then they've
added some pieces. They've added pieces.
Yeah, they had some Patriot players. They added a Patriot guard, and they.
No, I'm saying some pieces. They added like that center and stuff.
Yeah, but once Orlando Brown and all them were gone, they got replaced it, and then they got some guys that were pretty good, but then they got injured. Then, after as soon as they beat the Ravens, and then it was and then the Buffalo Bills, then it was Super Bowl time, and they played against the Eagles. Their line was already they won the battle, but lost the war already before the Super Bowl began because they were already banged up. They didn't make the adjustments. They didn't even fix the adjustments like halftime. They should have done some more adjustments, like double tight
What I'm
end.
saying is Reed's line doesn't have depth. So once some of their players are out, they didn't have anyone that was really ready.
I mean, if they had, as much as I don't like Patrick Mahomes, if he has no protection, it's like 1 second they come at him, he's
well,
like,
it just shows you also that you need a line no matter who you are. Like even if you're Patrick Mahomes, you still need a line.
Yeah, I mean, he got sacked like crazy. I mean, he was taking hits, and then then he runs in the middle a few times, and then he gets his ACL torn. And
that's what I'm saying. We've got to address the the O-line and the free agency, like a couple of players there, and then also draft at least one or two, just because we need that. I mean, I like Caleb Rogers, I like JPJ, I like Colton Miller if he's staying. Depends on his health.
But
if he's going to be healthy,
if I was the Raiders, I would trade Colton.
I've been thinking that as well, and drafting a left tackle.
I would look to trade a lot of players right now this offseason if it was me.
Yeah, I was just thinking, what if we, how we saying trade down in the picks and we get like 2 picks with the Jets or whatever? Maybe get Reese and a left tackle.
Yeah, you notice that I seen the Patriots
I mean,
game.
you can't just depend on your draft to go through
we'd have to get a stopgap in free agency like a Cam Robinson on a cheap deal.
At some point, if you built your team through that draft, dude, and they've all panned out, you're fucking gonna go bankrupt in players, and then you're gonna have to have one smart fucking GM that can know how to trade off those players a year before or so on. Like however they go.
Well,
it's
that's what
really
the Patriots used
dangerous
to do.
when you're getting multiple picks coming out of the draft. There's a reason it's so expensive, and then why their first year contracts ain't bad. It's their later year contracts that have fucking bankrupt teams,
I mean, Jordan Love's second contract ain't that bad. It's like $30 million. But then
Jordan
again,
Love sucks, dude. Like I said, I'd damn near go and look at I'd damn near match him with Willis's fucking stats and health, dude. I mean, Love's hurt all the fucking time. He's on a good fucking team and good organization,
yeah, true.
You put any good quarterback over there, they're gonna do good.
Yeah, true.
I feel like fucking Jordan Love, he's fucking injury prone.
Oh, then again, he was also a second-round pick.
I'm not gonna say he's just a garbage quarterback. I'm just gonna say he ain't no quarterback I'm looking at.
Mm-hmm.
And I've even said if I was Green Bay, I would fucking look at how well Willis plays over him and maybe even fucking trade Love, dude. I mean, at the end of the day, dude, Willis showed if you can go against the fucking Ravens like he did and play the game he fucking played, you put him on a team that has a defense, that kid's going to win games. That's just facts. That's how the NFL is built. Players just like him. And people talk about dual threat, all this shit. That guy had more fucking dual threat in one game than Geno's had all fucking year. You know what I mean? Like, so
that's facts.
You got to start looking at what it is. Are we a shitty team? Are we going to be able? Is he going to be able to do what he did over there here? No, I don't think so. I mean, I think, like you said, he'll struggle. He'll go through his deals. Like, he's not going to come here and win 13 fucking games. What I would say is why we're building the team and having him here for the next year or two. We'll be okay. We're not going to just come out and win fucking 20 games, no matter who the fucking coach is at, dude. Like, no matter what coach comes here.
I see 8 wins is probably what I see as a max next year.
For them to fucking change this organization.
Definitely.
Look, every team like the fucking Vrabel, Liam Coe, fucking Ben Johnson all went to teams that already had fucking players. They already had players.
Their rosters were there already.
Yeah. We don't fucking have coaches or players.
Jacksonville's been building that defense through fucking Georgia for like 3 years.
Yeah, I mean, we can't sit here and just act because of a coach going to come here. We're going to be. We're just going to be fucking great, you know. Like the coach that comes here, it's just going to take a few years. It's going to take 2 years, break that motherfucker down, you know, establish where you're at. But that's like Pete. People would say like, "Well, keep Pete then because he has another year." No, Pete. Where's Pete's development this year?
Yeah,
like, where the fuck did Pete have
more aggression than development?
Like,
it's more. It's regressed. It's regressed from AP.
Yep, it ain't even close, dude. It is fucking horrible.
It's horrible across the board because he won't hold his son Brennan accountable for fucking up the offensive line. Yeah. Fucking the quarterback play is terrible. Therefore, Nate Carroll's not doing his job either.
It's a shame. Geno don't get that he's going to end like this and not get a chance to finish it. And I'm like, shut the fuck up, man. Like, fucking.
What I wanted them to do is fucking go and throw Cam Miller and all the rookies out there for the last game. Who gives a fuck? Like, let's evaluate our young guys.
I mean, I'd love for Cam, but that's not what's going to happen. It's
Kenny Pickett will probably help us lose.
Well, no, they're going to split reps. Pickett starts, and Aiden and them will share reps through the game.
Well, so they're basically going to do like a preseason game.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what they should do anyway. Also, the other guys I want to see some of the guys from the practice squad, like that D tackle, that Samoan guy, the D tackle, the Tevin, whatever his name is.
Dude, at the end of the day, I can give a fuck if Aiden plays in the game or not. Like,
no, I can give a fuck. I just want to see how young players.
Aiden already is showing us he can win games. Aiden's getting paid like $1.5 million next year. Kenny Pickett getting paid like $15 fucking million. Like.
Yeah, I'm getting rid of Pickett.
Care less to fucking, I can care less to see any of them. I just know who I'm bringing back, and his name's going to be Aiden. And his contract is $1.5 million, and he's good.
No, I'm saying like the other players that we haven't seen much of. I just want to evaluate them before we go.
I wish they would elevate fucking Cam Miller and start him. That would be fucking better.
Yeah.
FYI, Malik Willis did get hurt from Green Bay. I was going to say he got hurt with Green Bay. Green Bay was with their third string quarterback.
That makes it cheap. If your injury is not bad, we can still pick him up in the offseason for cheaper then.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't take that chance.
Depends on what the injury is.
Who?
Malik Willis. He got hurt with Green Bay.
When?
What's the injury?
He hurt his arm. It was a non-contact injury. He hurt his arm.
When, against the Ravens?
I don't think it was against. I think they were playing against someone else.
He just played this.
Yeah,
week.
it was against Ravens. Yeah, he got hurt.
Well, it's already better then. He's already playing again, isn't he?
No, he got hurt. He hurt his arm. I don't. He was out of that game after, and it was just, and then Ravens just started going at him, and they just added more to it.
Oh yeah, you're saying during the game, yes.
Yeah, he got hurt. Yeah, yeah. It's. I mean, like I said, I don't know. I would rather. He's a journeyman quarterback. I mean, you could take a chance with him. I wouldn't do it. I would not do it. I mean,
They said that he's fine, and that if they said he's fine, and if Jordan Love can't play for the season final, he'll play.
Yeah, and it was a non-contact injury though. He didn't get hit by anybody. He hurt his arm.
Probably just a strain, muscle strain or something, most likely.
Yeah, he sprung his arm or something, and
yeah, that's not that serious. That'll heal within a couple.
Look, this is what people have to look at. This is why I've said not a lot of people can analyze football.
Yeah.
Look, when Malik plays, he plays with the twos. He don't play with the motherfucking ones. He don't come out there and get fucking first team reps at all. The minute the regular season starts, day one game, fucking week one game.
Yeah.
The second string never take another snap with first string at all. Yeah. The only time that second string takes a snap with first string is if motherfucker's injured. It's the only time. When they get promoted into that next deal, the other guy gets elevated up. During preseason, they'll play second string and first string, fucking they mix them up, so on. But and this is something you have to pay attention to, and why Malik will be a good player for somebody like our fucking team. Malik goes, what was it, 15 weeks, 16 weeks? So 16 fucking weeks, gonna get activated, come in with the motherfucking ones and go out there and play like he did against the Ravens. 1 week of fucking team one fucking reps, one motherfucking week. Pickett had 1 week, did he not? Did Pickett also come back in last week's game and look like dog shit? Like, there's a difference when a motherfucking player goes 16 fucking weeks, gets 1 week with the team, and then fucking puts up fucking 300 something fucking yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 rushing, 1 passing. Like, that's not fucking just normal shit. Go give that guy the one rep all year. Fuck, he's gonna win games.
That's the other thing I was going to talk about, what we were talking about before with the last game. I want to see guys like Jamin Davis out there at linebacker. You know what I mean? Because that guy has some potential. I want to see the guys like that out there next week and see what the young guys.
And all these guys, I don't care less any of these dudes. I mean, in my opinion, I think the Raiders just need to burn all the fucking players. Keep Max. I'd keep Max, Porter, fucking Chin, fucking. Paulo, fucking
Paulo, he developed in,
There's the few guys I'll keep, and then every guy else, I'm just fucking cut them all. Fucking, I can care less. They all sucked. I mean, James started in numerous games. He didn't start, but he played in numerous games. Nobody in that linebacking core is worth a fuck, dude. They're all. I mean, I would have kept last year's linebacking core. I would have kept Masterson and fucking Amari Gaynor and all of them before I would have brought these fucking dog shit dudes in here. And too many people keep on talking up
Devin
White because he has the most fucking tackles in the career.
Yeah, he's Tahir. I call him Tahir Whitehead.
He's a liability and he sucks, dude. Like,
that's why Max was chewing him out on the sideline, because he sucks in coverage.
He's been fucking
shit. That's why Robert Spillane was better. Spillane was better, and we got rid of him for nothing.
Damn right. Fucking this was
I like Robert Spillane. Robert Spillane.
I told everybody I never liked fucking Devin White, dude. I said that dude's overrated because of the Super Bowl, dude. Like, it's the only reason.
Yeah, he can't even tackle. I remember Evan Harvey saying that he one-handle tackles people.
He missed like 24 tackles or 26 tackles, some shit. The guy's
he's got T-Rex arms. They're very short.
Yeah,
his main liability though is in coverage.
Yeah. I mean,
he's not a coverage linebacker, dude.
That's what I'm saying. He's like Tahir Whitehead. When we used to have Tahir Whitehead, same thing.
Yeah. Eldon Roberts, he's more of a run stopper, but that's all he is.
That's why I feel like we need a coverage linebacker this year, even free agency or the draft badly.
He's like, what's that guy?
I want Jacob Rodriguez. That's what I want.
remember Denzel Perryman when he was gone, and then we got Robert Spillane. I was like pissed a little bit, but I was like, oh man, you know what? This guy's better than Denzel Perryman because he could play coverage, and I like Denzel Perryman. He was a good tackler and everything.
Well, they had Whitehair. Whitehair was the same way. He was really good tackler.
That's what I'm saying. T. Whitehair was good at tackling, but shit at coverage.
Yeah, but Spillane was good in coverage. He got interceptions and stuff.
I feel like the problem is you need both guys. Like you need a guy like a Dan White, but the problem is we don't have the coverage guy to go with him.
Yeah.
Or have one that has both. Or one that has both.
Can easily go get a Super Bowl this year with the Patriots. I mean,
oh fuck yeah, it's annoying
Raiders
as fuck.
The Patriots fucking Super Bowl crazy as fuck.
Yeah, that is crazy. But that's why I feel like we need to double up at linebacker, get at least get 1 or 2 in the free agent market and get a couple in the draft. Like linebacker is got to be one of our weakest points on defense, in my opinion.
Oh, I agree.
Other than cornerback 1.
Dude, I think corner is 100%.
Yeah, corner. Yeah, I was going to say cornerback 1 would probably be number 1, linebacker number 2.
If we're just being honest, in linebacker and corner, there's no proven veteran nothing. People
that's what I'm saying.
Talking about
corner
Eric
and linebacker is the 2 biggest on defense.
Is trash. Eric Stokes is trash.
I agree.
I'd cut all the corners except for Darren Porter.
If we traded down our first round pick or something, we decided to have a lower first round pick.
Well, that's what Dustin and I have been discussing.
Yeah, I do agree. Corner would be a good job. Then second round, go linebacker. Linebacker.
The linebacker I want is Jacob Rodriguez from Texas Tech because that guy has played both sides of the ball. So I think he's going to project better as a coverage linebacker in the NFL because he's played some quarterback, he's played some receiver and shit. He knows how to diagnose to recognize the play pre-snap and all that kind of shit.
So he's like Mike Vrabel a little bit,
Yeah, kind of. I think he's a guy that can play the pass and the run really well. So.
Remember they played Vrabel as a tight end.
I'm actually looking forward to the Texas Tech game coming up because I'm going to be keeping my eye on Jacob Rodriguez like a motherfucker in that game. I want to see how good he does.
Yeah.
If he plays really well in the next upcoming champion, the playoff game.
Yeah.
I think don't be surprised if you start hearing a lot of talk about Jacob Rodriguez flying up the fucking draft board as the number 1 fucking coverage linebacker of the draft.
Yeah. To me, people are all saying quarterback because it's first pick of the first round. The Raiders have first pick, first round. They got to go quarterback, but they could trade down and get more draft value and do it that way. If they want to go in free agency and go for a veteran quarterback or a semi-veteran quarterback, I mean, you got Aiden, and it depends on the coach. The coach likes Aiden. He's going to keep him there because of familiarity.
Well, like I said, seeing as we're rebuilding and we know we're not going to win shit in the first year, I'd just start. Even if we do draft a quarterback, let's say for argument's sake, I'd still start Aiden just for 1 year.
Dude, I'm just reaching to not sign a quarterback because I feel like you're just going to take Mendoza because he's the only fucking one.
No, I'm not saying I want to. I'm just saying if they decide
there's no option, there's no nothing. And I mean, Tom Brady.
I wouldn't do it.
Tom Brady's talked about CJ Carr, fucking that he really likes CJ Carr.
Which is next year's draft. Yeah.
I mean, dude, there's Archie Manning, CJ Carr, fucking. You'll have Nico. You'll have all these dudes coming out next year that can come out. If Dante stays, he comes out next year. If Ty Simpson decides to go back to Alabama, he comes out next year. I mean, you're talking about a lot of fucking people. You're even talking about the number 1 dude hitting the portal right now. Fucking fuck, why am I spacing this?
Mavea or someone? I don't know.
No, he's going to fucking LSU or fucking Oregon if Dante leaves, but what the fuck is that guy's name again?
I think that Mensa kid. Are you talking about that Mensa kid?
I'm just fucking spacing this dude's name. Fucking he's not coming out in the draft this year. He'll be next year. But long story short, you have a lot of good fucking people. There's that kid at Duke, man. Fucking
Darian Mensa. Darian Mensa.
The dude at Duke is really fucking good.
Darius Mensa, or however you say his name, Darian Mensa.
I mean, there's a lot of good talent coming next year. So I'm just saying, like, I would listen. You have 120. Well, it's like 116 or 121, somewhere in there. I think it's 116, but it could be
Yeah,
121.
about 120, roughly.
Long story short, if you were to get Malik for the next few years on low end contract, he's young, 25, dude. He's gonna still be able to run, throw, fucking see all his shit. You're probably not gonna win fucking 15 games, dude. You're probably not gonna win 13. He may give you just a 7 to 8 win seasons for
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 8 wins if
years,
we get
but
it
it
out of
also
that.
allows you to build up your squad, get your deal. But look, if you go into next year and you're sitting at 15, you got draft picks because you traded back on this year's deal. Then you're able to jump back up there, and then you're able to get fucking a kid like CJ Carr and them. Maybe at one more.
Well, Kansas City did that shit. They jumped up from like 15 to like 10. So,
but we can most definitely make the jump to get our player easily. So I don't think it's a hinder to sit here and say like, well, if they go win 8 games, they're gonna. Who gives a fuck? I think too many people are overthinking it, dude. Like, if you're playing in a year like today, like this year with Mendoza at 1, fuck yeah, you're gonna give up every goddamn thing because he's the only guy. But if you're next year, fucking you don't need to take. Let's just say.
and also, if we trade the pick this year to say the Jets, right? Then there's going to be less teams next year looking for a quarterback too. Because someone's gonna draft Mendoza. You know, like we'll trade with Jets, whoever. They'll take Mendoza. So therefore, the Jets won't need a quarterback next year when we're going for one. You know what I mean? There'll be less teams competing for a quarterback in the draft in 27. That's what I'm saying. Because they'll draft a quarterback this year, and then they won't be drafted. They won't probably draft one next year. So, because you're not going to draft Mendoza and then like draft a quarterback in next year unless you're the fucking Dolphins or some shit, but Cardinals or whatever it was back in the day with Josh Rosen, but yeah.
Yeah, it's facts. I mean, I just feel like if we're gonna make change and do things right, we can't do it like everybody else.
I don't think we can. I think it'd be smarter to trade down actually because we just got so many fucking holes to fill. So like, and this draft to me is defense heavy. Like if you look at the draft, it's heavy on defensive side of the ball. You can still get a receiver. There's some good receivers in there, but like it's heavy in D line. It's heavy on some of the linebackers. It's a little heavy on the secondary is not as great, but there's some good like safeties, but it's not as big on corner. I don't think. There's some good corners in there at the top end, but I don't know about the bottom end of the corner room. But there's some you can get some safeties late though. There's some like that kid out of Iowa, the Xavier, whatever his name is, pretty good. Like he's probably like a mid-round pick. There's a couple others in there, like Saab or whatever, depending where he goes. And there's a couple of good safeties. Yeah. I don't think we keep Paul out, to be honest. I think we draft another dude, but yeah. We'll probably keep Chin. He's under contract. He's a veteran. Probably keep him for one more year. But we'll need another safety, I think.
Yeah. I think it'll depend on who the head coach is.
Yeah, it would depend.
Defensive mind coach, he'll probably like a Brian Flores would probably keep him for one more year, maybe.
Probably. You need at least some kind of veteran leadership in your secondary. So,
but if we get an offensive type of coach, we're likely getting
fucking Hawaii on the fucking New Year's is crazy as fuck, bro.
Yeah, Islanders know how to party.
Dude, dude, I don't know if you guys see that?
No.
It's too bright.
Yeah, I can see it a little bit, but yeah.
You have to tilt your phone a certain way. Yeah. Your phone's different. Mine's an Obama phone. there it is.
Yeah, I can see it now. I can see all the fireworks and shit or whatever.
Yeah.
It is, yeah. All the lights and fireworks. That's pretty crazy. Yeah. It's like the whole city is fucking fireworks.
Oh, yeah. Looks like a war zone.
Yeah, it wasn't a fucking
Dude,
firework.
that's facts. That should be looking crazy as fuck.
That's big.
That shit is nuts, bro. They just taking the fuck off in there.
Yeah. Yeah, usually here we get gunshots here, even though it's illegal to shoot guns out here. But we do it anyway. Not us, me in general, but you know. I mean, I think it's a firework, but it's not a firework. It's a shotgun. Someone's shooting their shotgun in the air.
Although I wouldn't mind getting a receiver next year too, because Jeremiah Smith is probably coming out next year. Just saying.
I understand the idea of getting a receiver because of the fact that we traded away. God dang it! Why did I forget his name? God damn it! That's what happens when you get old. God dang it!
Yeah, because the reason I wouldn't mind getting the wide receiver next year is because you got guys like Jeremiah Smith, fucking Nick Harbour, whatever his name is, Nick Harbour, however you fucking say it.
Yeah.
There's some good receivers coming out next year. I ain't gonna lie. I'm just looking at the receivers for next year. I'm like, fuck.
I mean, if we get a good quarterback, whether it's in the draft or in free agency, or whether we keep Aiden or whoever, if we utilize the quarterback position well, guys like Thornton Jr.
See, if I was getting oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, he would play much better because Geno Smith was throwing soft passes, leaving these receivers, out where DBs can get to them. You got to release that ball quick and fast. Those balls are so. Well, yeah. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, if we're getting a receiver this year, I'll probably wait to the mid rounds and get either like a Malachi Fields or a fucking Zachariah Branch.
Yeah,
but that's just me. Though.
Yeah, I mean, yes, Trey Tucker, he played pretty good. I mean, even with a shitty quarterback, he did. He was pretty impressive for having a shitty quarterback. But we got to build in special teams too, and like kick returner, wide receiver, or running back type. I mean,
well, I think we can keep. I don't know. You might cut him. It depends on who else we can get, but you generally want to keep 3 running backs. So I'll probably cut. I'd only keep obviously Genty as the number 1, and then maybe Lube, and then draft another guy to play this RB2 because I'd only keep Lube mostly for punt kick returns and trick plays and shit.
Yeah, I'd go for a power back though in the draft. You go later rounds with a bigger power back.
I'd rather get a dual threat because if you get just a power back, because you don't want a guy that every time you put him on the field, it's like a telltale sign that you're going to run the fucking ball. Like you need a guy that can do both, so that when that guy switches out for Genty, you don't know if it's going to be a pass or a run.
Well, I'd get a guy that's kind of like a Latavius Murray. Like he's kind of a power back, but Latavius Murray, he didn't play like a power back for being.
I mean, like if I'm looking at this, where is it? I'll just bring it up. Actually,
but he would be the Thunder though. He would he could. He could be on outside runs, inside runs. But I get what
you're saying.
Yeah.
But if again in running back, I'll probably get I think this is a guy that Dustin was saying that Catron Allen or something from Penn State, or get fucking Darius Taylor from Minnesota. Darius, they're both run and catch the ball.
Yeah, if we can get dude from Penn State, dude, we're in a fucking with Genty, we're gonna fuck people up.
Yeah, they're good 1-2 punch, and they can both catch, both receive, and inside, outside, doesn't matter.
I mean, you can even get a third running back just as a power back, and he'd be the third guy, and he's like, you call him a fullback, but he's not a fullback, and use him on 3rd and 2 or 4th and 1, like inches, because he's his size, like we did with Zach Crockett.
Well, Genty should be able to do that anyway. Like he's got enough.
No, Genty will. Look at Genty. He's small. He's 5'8". He's 208 pounds. They can take him down if he passes the line of scrimmage. He's good. But like I said, if you attack him, remember he got taken down by a DB really easy when we played against the. God damn it. The Giants, and the Giants have one of the weakest defenses. They're terrible. And Genty, he needs to be east, west, north, south, all of it. He needs to run all directions. He cannot be a north and south guy. He's not that kind of running back. He's small. He's a small running back. He has great speed, great vision, good hands. I like that deep ball pass they threw to him. The guy needs to be used everywhere. He needs to be utilized right. He was not utilized right. If he was utilized better, I think I don't know if we'd have better wins, but we would do better in the scrimmage yards, because we were terrible in the
Yeah, I disagree with that. Genty has more fucking broken tackles than Josh Jacobs.
He's breaking tackles against DBs, not big ass linebackers. When he gets linebackers come at him and he has no blockers, he goes down really easy. Jacobs, he's faced guys that didn't get blocked, and he fucking mowed them down, and he was able to get 2 yards.
I know. I did just hear this full say.
Yeah, I'm disagreeing with that tag.
He goes down easy when the linebacker hit him.
I'm not saying
the thing what happened at the Patriots.
Just show me. I don't even want to talk about it. Just show me.
I've seen him break. When he was with us, he did break tackles. There was times where it should have been a 2-yard loss and it ended up being a 2-yard gain. And it was when the Raiders didn't block well for him. And yeah, Jacobs doesn't have the speed like Genty. I agree with you there. But he's more of a power back, way more of a fucking power back than Genty. Genty is speed. Genty has speed. I will take the speed over.
Both.
But he's not like Jacobs. He's not he can't break tackles like Jacobs.
Yeah, you're right. It's not like Jacobs. Jacobs didn't have any receiving touchdowns his whole career with us. Genty's already got quicker, 5.
But that's a coaching thing. And then he finally did get a freaking touchdown reception for the first time with Green Bay. I know it was a first time thing, even though when he was with Alabama, he caught the balls mostly as a dual back. He was a dual back. I mean, that's how Alabama is. They never had aggressive running backs. They use running backs, the dual back situation a lot, But he got utilized as what he should have been. But he was in Alabama, and running backs were there to block, receive, catch the ball, everything. That's what Alabama was about. That was the Nick Saban way. And to me, though, with Jacobs, I understand he was being a dick at the end with us. I mean, he had a great inspiring story about living homeless and, living in a car and all that in Oklahoma and all that. And then all of a sudden, temptation got to him and he, got into a DUI, not like Henry Ruggs, but, and then John Gruden said, "You do that again, motherfucker, I don't care. You're my guy and I got you. I could take your ass out," And and he had that big ass scrape on his head from that DUI. But man, the guy is not the fastest guy in the world or whatever. But was Jacobs replaceable? Yeah, every running back is very replaceable. Every running back is. But if you want Genty to be healthy, you do not want him to get hit a lot. He's a smaller back. He will go. He is like a Ray Rice. He's like Ray Rice, or even trying to think of that Jacksonville Jaguar running back that they had that was small, just like him, and then he ended up going to the Raiders himself. What was his name? Drew Jones-Jr. I think that's his name, Drew Jones-Jr. He was a short running back, just like him, and sometimes played like a power back. He wasn't elusive like Genty, but he was more power for being 5'8". But you want him to be more elusive. Don't make him play north and south. Have him do some sweep runs, outside runs. Get that speed going. Once he gets that speed going, yeah, he's harder to tackle. But if he has less momentum, he goes down easy. I don't care what anybody says. He's easy to take down. He's harder to take down once he gets those feet moving and he moves out of that line of scrimmage. Yes, he's hard to take down. It's hard for linebackers to grab him. And when corners try to grab him, he plows over them. Yeah, he does. I've seen him plow over, corners and safeties, But when he is at the line of scrimmage and no one's fucking blocking for him, that motherfucker goes down real easy. And it's not his fault. That's the O-line's fault, And when he was running into the O-line, whose fault was that? That wasn't his fault. He had no, and same thing with Zamir White. They did not trust their O-line that well. That's what happens when offensive linemen, they run their O-line. It's because they have no trust in their O-line. That's what it was. It wasn't bad vision necessary. When Zamir White started following his blocks, it was because he trusted the O-line. But like I said, Zamir White, though, he's expendable. Genty, yes, he's a great weapon for us. I'd like to use him everywhere and not just use him one-dimensional. He's not you cannot use him as a north and south guy. You've got to use him on those outside runs. You know, he's a speedy back. You know, that's what he is. He's got speed. Let him use that speed. And you know what?
Use
him on.
Jacobs had 26 broken tackles, right?
Against but
wait, hang on. Let me finish. Behind the top 15 offensive line, Genty has 24 behind the 31st ranked offensive line. I mean, he has less broken tackles because he gets away from people more than what fucking Jacobs did behind the better line.
Okay, but Jacobs broke tackles from linebackers. Corners,
so is
he'll
Genty.
plow them over. But Genty doesn't run over no linebacker.
Yes, he did against the Patriots. He's done it fucking
already. He ain't see it. I don't even argue that.
I've seen him. Once he passes the line of scrimmage, he does. Yeah, he could run over a linebacker.
I don't know what his fascination.
But when he gets, but where did Jacobs broke tackles before the line of scrimmage? Genty's never done that. But like I said, though. That doesn't mean that that just means that Jacobs is more of a power back. It doesn't mean I'm saying he's you can make Genty a much better running back than a Jacobs. You can. I'm not saying you can't. You most definitely can. He's a speedy back. He's a blade. That's what Genty is. He's a sharp tune-up blade. Jacobs is a club. There's your difference. There you go. But some people like the blade better than a club, you know. But when it comes to smashing rats, club is better. But when you want to cut something, you know, there's your tuna blade. It's a good analogy right there on my part.
Yeah, I'll be right back. Sorry.
That's crazy. Fucking. I said that the tight end coach went to SFU. Fucking.
But I do agree, if we're not looking at quarterback and teams like the Jets or even Cincinnati possibly, or even the Cleveland Browns, they could be calling our name and want to trade up.
Yeah, they got to figure out something, man. I mean, whatever comes in here, however they do it, they just got to do it.
Yeah,
they got to do it
on
right all the way, man.
Yeah, I think
it depends on our coaches. Because we don't know for a fact. We can speculate. That's all we can do. But, you know, we can speculate who the head coach is going to be. But at the end of the day, till that coach happens, we don't know if we're truly going to go quarterback. We should go quarterback, but that doesn't mean we will, though. You know, we should when getting the first pick of the first round. But if we don't, trading down would be the smart move if you don't really want the quarterback, you know. I mean, that is the smart move.
I think it's a smart move too, with having to rebuild so many holes in our roster, like building up draft capital, especially for next year as well, like the following season, because it's going to be like a 2-3 year rebuild anyway. So
yeah, it's going to be. I mean, it's very tough. I mean, you know,
the most I can see us winning is 8 games if we get someone like Dustin was saying with Malik Willis. We can maybe win 8 games if we you know, build up a line for Malik a little bit with the free agency, and then go and, you know, draft some defensive players and whatever, maybe a receiver, whatever. We'll get a receiver free agency as well. Then we can maybe win 8 games.
Yeah, I don't know about Malik. I just don't. I'm not impressed myself. But like I said, you know. I mean, I'm not going to say anyone's wrong or anything, because I never look past anything. But I don't know. I don't like to. You could take a chance and do that, but if you get him for absolutely nothing, and he works out great, then that's a great move. But I wouldn't give up nothing. Something big for him though, because
I would probably just give up a 4th round pick, like Dustin was saying.
Oh, that's not a bad move.
Yeah.
For like a basic backup quarterback, that's not a bad move.
Yeah, see, he's only started one game this year. He's 30 or 35 for 422, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions on the season. So
I mean,
that's pretty good.
To me, Aiden, I've been a critic of him, but I've seen how he goes. He can throw that ball pretty accurately, but as long as he gets protection in the center area, that's the guard and center position.
Well, that's the other option is building the line and then just letting Aiden start for a year.
Yeah, Aiden has the most experience on that team. I know that Kenny Pickett has a higher ceiling than him because he can scramble the ball and everything. He's had more game experience than him, but Aiden knows the team better than him, though.
And the other thing is he also has 2 rushing touchdowns. Malik Willis. So he's got the five total touchdowns and no interceptions in just 4 games with 1 start.
No, all right.
20 more minutes till it's 2026 in the West Coast.
Yeah,
that's right. You guys are on.
Yeah. 19 more minutes.
Yeah, you're in the future, Ozzy.
Yeah, I'm already in 2026.
Oh yeah, like my bad, you guys. I had got caught up. Get my mom her medicine and get my groceries.
Yo, good, bro.
Oh yeah. I wanted to say, like I was saying in my Uber car, we don't need no defensive-minded coach. We got to fix this offense. Brian Flores does not fix your offense.
So I'll be coming right back, guys. Let's just go check my dog.
Did you guys hear me?
I understand what you're saying. I can hear you.
Good, bro.
I can understand you.
Oh yes,
Brian Flores though could be like a Jack Del Rio. Remember, Jack Del Rio did fix up an offense pretty well, but it depends on who his OC is. And when Jack Del Rio didn't have the right OC, when he had Todd Downing instead of Bill Musgrave, he fell apart and they went 6-10, and then he was fired after that.
Yeah, let me add something to that. Jack Del Rio did that to himself.
Yes, he did.
He got into his own ego because the defense, the defense was the weakest link, and that did not look good under him. Him being a defensive-minded coach. So let me tell you what his ignorant ass did. He fires Bill Musgrave. Out of jealousy. I believe it was out of jealousy.
Actually, he had 2 years on his contract. He didn't re-sign him. That's all it was.
Well, that's his fault.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna promote your quarterback coach that has no play calling experience.
He promoted Todd Downey of all fucking people, trash ass motherfucker.
Yeah.
Thank you. See, you with me, Justin? Stay with me. You with me?
I agree with. I've been saying it forever too.
Todd Downey that guy was so bad, man. I'm gonna grab some.
He was worse than a high school coach.
I'm gonna get some coffee. I'll be right back. 1 second. You guys keep talking.
Me, I'm getting another Mike's drink, and I'm still talking. But yeah, Jack Del Rio, he's a defensive mind, but he's ran both spectrums. He's taken teams to playoffs, but never won them. But to me, with us, I think you do have to go offense. I do agree. I mean, the AFC West, I don't agree with the defense spectrum. I think it works in other divisions. I mean, you get away with it in the AFC East and North.
Yeah.
But I think you don't get away with it in the West, though. That's where I kind of disagree with Dustin a little bit there. But like I said, though, unless you get a genius offensive coordinator, and like I said, I never liked Josh McDaniels. I knew he was a douchebag. I warned everybody about him, and I was right. I was right about him.
Yes, you were.
Because I looked at history. That's what I do. I look at history, and if you don't learn your history, you're doomed to repeat it. And that's what we did. We repeated it. We were doomed. Josh McDaniels could have made this team a winning team if he worked with Derek Carr, but he's an egotistic idiot.
Yes,
he does not do well with he loses the morale of players, and when you do that, then they don't play bad. And what's funny is Pete Carroll, of all people, he's supposed to be a great morale guy, but he got so stubborn that players are fighting amongst each other, because of Pete Carroll,
Yeah.
And you got to get rid of Pete Carroll's got to go, and man, it's going to be a shit meat sandwich. I mean, we've gone through more coaches than any other team in NFL history. I think almost between us and the Jets. I mean,
well, we're pretty much worse than the Jets at this point. Like it's time for a rebuild.
We got this number one overall pick. I'm gonna tell you the 3 top candidates need to be. It need to be Clint Kubiak, Joe Brady, or Mike LaFleur. Those are the 3 top.
Pass on Mike LaFleur.
What'd you say?
I'll pass on Mike LaFleur, but Clint Kubiak's possible if you get him a DC. He might work out. Same with Joe Brady.
Yeah, Brady. Yeah,
it all depends on the DC that you bring in because both of those guys are unproven as head coaches, so they're gonna need a good defensive coordinator.
I understand.
The only thing, that would impress me more is Gruden. I mean, but that's like overreaching. I mean, if it was me, I was the owner, I'd get that motherfucker. I'd say, Gruden, get back here. Mark Davis, fuck Mark Davis. Fuck that little ginger bastard. And sorry, nothing gets gingers, but I would say Mark Davis. I mean, Al Davis should have did a DNA test to make sure that was his son.
Yeah, he living up to his name though.
Because Mark Davis looks nothing like Al, but I'm just saying. I know it's a joke and everything, but but Al Davis, he was a very controversial guy too. He was stubborn as hell, but I respected Al Davis.
But he knew football. That was a difference.
Yeah, he knew football. I mean,
you're allowed to be stubborn when you know your shit.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Al Davis has always hired great young offensive minds.
Not really. John Madden was a linebacker.
I understand, but except for John Madden, he has always hired great young offensive minds. And I want to go back to what you were saying, my brother. You said if you bring in a genius OC, it can work. Yes, but if that OC is a genius, somebody gonna pull him for a head coach. Yeah. Look at the Ben Johnsons and Liam Cohens of the world.
Yeah,
you're not gonna be able to hold them.
Yeah, that's true. I would say right now, like I said, my best candidate, which is an overreach, would be Gruden. He's the number one candidate, and I know it's an overreach. Number one.
He's my number one guy, but I just don't see it happening just because of the history of him and Mark.
I mean, Mark. The only way Mark gets him is he gets a shitload of Vaseline or whatever, and he kisses John Gruden's ass. That's the only way. A lot of ass kissing,
I'm gonna tell y'all what Mo say. Mm-hmm. Let's go for the next Sean McVay. Let's go for the next Ben Johnson and Liam Cohen. I mean, Ben Johnson and Liam Cohen we're not proven head coaches neither.
Yeah, but they went to teams that are already established.
Yeah, they learned from the best. I mean, it's just like the Bill Walsh system where you had Mike Holmgren, Andy Reid, and then Gruden. They all branched off from there, and they learned from the Walsh ideology.
Because the difference with those two this year, the difference with like the Chicago Bears and fucking what's the name of the other team? But anyway, the point being that those teams already have a defense and an offense when they went over there. Oh, the Jaguars, sorry. Yeah, the Jaguars are the best. But yeah, both those teams have been building their defense. They actually, if you actually go back through the Jags history, they built their defense first, then they drafted Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
Once they'd already pretty much got a lot of defensive players already, and then they built their offense with like him and ETN the following year.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy. I've been saying this before and people didn't believe me, but I'm sure they will now. The Broncos, I said the reason why they have a lot of wins.
Okay.
The Broncos beat a lot of nobody teams. The only big team they really beat was the Eagles, but then when they faced Jacksonville, they whooped their ass like they were nothing.
Yeah, I can hear you.
But the Broncos, they're starting to, I think the Broncos, they're going to be green in the playoffs just like they were last year, And I think the Chargers, they're going to playoffs, but they're kind of banged up themselves. a little bit. They're still a good team, but they're banged up. Their old line's banged up. They're facing the same thing the Chiefs are.
Well, the Broncos are good because they got a good defense, and then they drafted a young quarterback.
Yeah, but they played a lot of easy teams though. When they play harder teams, yes, the one hard team they actually beat was the Eagles. That's the Super Bowl team. They beat them, but then to them But here's the thing: there were times they should have lost. There was those close games, and they didn't score that much. And I understand people say that's their defense. The defense was what kept them in and everything. I mean, mostly it's their secondary. They've always been a secondary team, and yes, they blitz a lot too. But once they play like against Buffalo, or they play Buffalo or Jacksonville again, or any of those higher tier games, one thing they don't have to worry about is playing. The Patriots. The Patriots are a better team than they were before.
The Broncos have beaten a few teams because they built the Bears. Bears are a good team.
Yeah.
You know what else too? You want to know what else too? Every coach that went to a team last year, like Ben Johnson, Liam, and all of them,
Chargers.
Two of the coaches had quarterbacks that already went through their rookie year.
Yeah.
And then the other coach had a player that's been there for multiple years. None of them took any rookie quarterbacks and had any success at all.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm thinking that if the Raiders were to get Fernando Mendoza, he's a junior quarterback, and I say this when I've always analyzed junior quarterbacks. They take a little bit more time than a quarterback that's played 4 years. Those senior quarterbacks that play 3 to 4 years, they're more ready for the NFL. Like Derek Carr. Derek Carr became a starter in his rookie year. He was ready because he played more. He was more polished, and nobody saw that. They saw him. Oh, he's David Carr's brother, and he's from Fresno State. Yeah. He's gonna suck. We're not gonna take him.
He don't play in no fucking big games against fucking Alabama or Ohio. And all.
I know, but he's had more gameplay, more experience. He was more, the other ones that they thought they were great. I think the only quarterback that was up in Derek Carr's area at the time was Teddy Bridgewater. I mean, they were like Muhammad Ali and Smoking Joe Frazier, type, except for Derek Carr outperformed every quarterback in 2014 rookie season. I mean, he outperformed all of them. He was better than all of them, and he was a second-round pick. I think Derek Carr, he was the ultimate steal.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
You guys hit it right on.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm gonna be honest with you right now. So if y'all can disagree to disagree, y'all can agree to disagree. If the Raiders hire a defensive coach, I'm not gonna watch.
I'll still watch. I'm just gonna criticize though, or I'll eat crow.
For sure. I mean, there ain't no doubt about that.
I'll eat crow, or I'll criticize, or I'll eat crow. One of the two, if we hire.
Yeah, because we had the number one overall pick. The job is attractive. Remember last season where we tried to go after Ben Johnson, but Antonio fucking Pierce won those 2 million games. Yeah. He knew the writing was on the wall for his ass. That's why he did that. The fuck us over.
Yeah.
If we would have had the number one overall pick, we could have either got a Ben Johnson or a Liam Cohen. Yeah. When Ben Johnson chose the Bears, we reached out to Todd Malkin and Liam Cohen. They did not take the interview.
Because all those teams all had quarterbacks.
Thank you.
Because they want somebody to work with,
Yes.
They want somebody to work with,
Exactly. That's the point I'm getting to. That's the point I was getting to.
We could have got Bo Nix. We could have gotten Bo Nix. We could have traded up, went past the Donkeys, and got Bo Nix.
We should have traded. I think that's the year we should have. If I remember right, we should have traded Devontae that year and jumped to the Jets pick, and
that wouldn't have been a bad move.
Picked up. I think it was like number 10. Yeah, because the Donkeys were at 12. We could have jumped from 13 to 10 and gotten Bo Nix.
Yeah, and the Donkeys were at 12. We were 13.
Of course, that means we wouldn't have gone Bowers. So
Yeah, but you know what? I like Brock Bowers, but we had Michael Mayer. He was our starting tight end already. I mean, yes, he wasn't elite. He's not a phenomenon like Brock Bowers, but he's good enough as a tight end. I mean, he could be a possible Pro Bowl type, maybe not be like a number one like tight end. Probably, maybe I wouldn't say top 5 tight end. Probably in the top like 10.
I think Mayer can be solid if you give him a quarterback.
Oh yeah, he's got good hands. He's better than Foster Moreau. Now I remember his first name, Foster Moreau. And I like Foster Moreau, but he's better than Foster Moreau easily.
That's the point I'm gonna get to. Black Bowers would be so much better if he had a great quarterback and a great offensive-minded head coach that can develop creative plays for him. Imagine what a Ben Johnson and Liam Cohen would have did with Black Bowers.
Oh man, yeah.
He'd be setting records right now.
Yeah. Well, Brock Bowers did break records, but he would have done even better though.
Thank you. That's my point right there. That's my point.
I mean, he did break Dick Butkus's. Not Dick Butkus. Mike Ditka's rookie record though, and tied in.
Yeah,
he broke that record. Yeah.
I agree. But if you get a Clint Kubiak up in here and a Fernando Mendoza, imagine how dangerous he will be. Imagine.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. We probably, the thing we could end up going through if we do this, we probably might go through like we did with Gruden, have a great offense and probably get like start out as a 6 or 7 win team, but mostly because of offense. But then if you fix that defense up, then we're at like a 12 or 13 win team, but you have the right quarterback and you have the right coach. But that could have been that way with Derek Carr and them, but Derek Carr did not have a good defense siding with Crosby. That was, Crosby was just a replacement of Khalil Mack. Great replacement for Khalil Mack, but
Oh yes.
But
I'm gonna.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh yes, I don't mean to interrupt you, brother. We in the rebuilding stages. We in the rebuilding stages. We're not gonna fix both sides of the ball at the same time.
No.
I say get the offensive minded head coach and start fixing our offense first.
Yeah.
Start fixing that first, and then once you get that offense established, then the next season, the next offseason, build up your defense.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go ahead and say this: in today's modern era, you can make it to the playoffs in the Super Bowl with an average defense, but you will not. But you will not go nowhere with an average offense.
Yeah.
You won't go nowhere with average offense. Today's NFL, you got to put up a good 30 to 35 points per game.
Yeah.
And Clint Kubiak is good at doing that. And let me tell you how head coaches are judged. They judge based off of their side of the ball. If you could at least get your side of the ball right as a head coach, you'll have a chance. 9% chance you will be able to hold on to your job.
Yeah.
That you tend to get rid of your coordinator.
My computer says it's 11:57, and my phone says it's 11:59.
11:59.
Yeah, 1 minute. I mean, yeah, why is my computer off? It should be in sync with my phone. 1 minute. 1 minute till the new year. Yeah. And let's see. It should be. I forget how many seconds now. I think someone just. Oh, son of a bitch, motherfucker! God damn.
Y'all funny.
Oh, son of a bitch. Yeah. Oh, your little gun. God damn, that little thing's loud for a little gun. 22 long revolver. Yeah, my damn, God, it got me right in my right ear.
It got me in my both ears.
Yeah. And that's all right. Everybody heard that though.
Now it's okay. We're in California.
Yeah, we're in California.
Yeah, we have no rights.
I'm in Oakland.
No weapons here.
My dad says we don't have rights for guns, and it's true because we have a bunch of. Oh, it's 2026. Happy New Year!
Happy New Year.
There you go. I'm hearing more gunshots and fireworks.
Fuck, dudes be shooting guns and fireworks out here the whole time.
Yeah.
Happy New Year, Raider Nation.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year, everyone.
Salute, bro. Salute Yonder. Salute Al. Salute all you guys.
Salute you too, man.
Yeah, salute.
I'm happy to be on this live with you guys.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, happy to have you on here, bro.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because y'all be talking about some good topics. I'll be like, man, how do I jump on? How do I jump on?
Yeah, here we pretty much talk about everything, pretty much.
I'll be listening to you guys on my smart TV. On YouTube. I'm subscribed to Justin's YouTube channel, and I follow him on Instagram. Me and him talk a lot.
Hell yeah.
That's cool.
That's good, man.
Oh yes. I know I'm gonna be watching that Seattle and that Niners game too.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good game, man. I mean, that's why I'm saying there can even be the chance that Clint don't even come out this year due to the fact that he may want to go back to with Seattle to run it back.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like I've said, just because people want somebody to be a head coach, look at Josh McDaniels, for instance. I mean, Josh McDaniels stayed there. People wanted him for years, and he still stayed there. It's like Steve Spagnuolo with the Chiefs. People wanted him and still do, and he fucking just stays there. Like, I don't know how the whole Clint deal will go down with Seattle, because they got to remember Clint just got there, and the offensive personnel is Clint's people. So that can cause a lot of deal where you just up the team, change it, your fucking dominant team out there. I mean, like I've said, unless there's just like some hard falling out with
Seattle.
Oh, Mike McDaniels and Kubiak. I just don't know if he'll leave this year. I mean, there's reports coming out, dude, even more right now, that John Gruden would be favored to go to New York. You know, you're looking at Tennessee. You're looking at Tennessee. You're only looking at a few teams that are even open to begin with. And it's just like I said, like everybody keeps saying, like, oh, Shula, fucking all these dudes, like they're not gonna have all these guys have openings. You know, one of these guys might get lucky and get hired, and then it's the same thing with Jesse. Like, what's to say if Jesse wants to leave and go start his own thing? Maybe he's comfortable with running with fucking Harbaugh. He's been with them for years. You don't think that he could have been offered already? You know, like, I don't know, man. Like, there's a lot to think about all the players, because you gotta. That's why
Flores
Flores is more prime. Flores has already been back in the game for the last few years. He's already served his time back as a coordinator. He's got his staff, everybody together. Like, he's already been preparing. You know, like with Kubiak, it raises a lot of questions, because who's his defensive coordinator? Who's his OC? Who's his line coach? Who's his wide receiver coach? Who's all his people? You know, like, who is his defensive coordinator? If you're getting rid of Patrick Graham, he's going to need his own fucking guy. You know, and then from there, he's going to need his own line coach, his own cornerback coach, linebacker coach, safety coach. Like, it's a whole process. You know what I mean? So I just don't know if – I'm not going to say he don't have it. I'm not going to say that. I mean, if you're at that point in the game – and I've said it, his dad has a lot of resources, so it's not like you can't use some of them. And some people have already talked about coming off of senior advisor roles to go join them. So, but I just don't know. It's a lot, and then that's just one part of it. And then you're bringing them to rebuild a team. You're not putting them in the same situation as Ben Johnson and fucking Vrabel and fucking Liam. Not getting put in the same situation. They all had teams assembled. They just needed coaching. He's coming to no fucking team, nothing. No assembled on offense, no assembled on the defense. So if we're just sitting here being real, man, and we're not lying to ourselves, what would make you say that he wouldn't want to go to the fucking Giants with Jackson Dart already being seasoned in a year?
That's true. That's true.
There's nothing saying that Clint couldn't say, hey, man, I make a few changes here. We're a contending team already. The thing when he looks at us is like, yeah, I get my number one pick, but I still have to develop this quarterback and hope that he transitions in. You know, there's a lot that needs to be done in that aspect. And this is where I keep thinking, like, why Jesse Minster don't fall into this play? Like, who the fuck is he bringing to? You know, like, who's he bringing? It's why I feel like the Brian Flores is going to happen, because he's going to have one of two people. Brian Dabo, which is a proven fucking quarterback. He can develop young quarterbacks. He can develop rookie fucking quarterbacks. I mean, he turned Josh Allen into goddamn MVP quarterback. So, and even if he doesn't take him, he brings Josh McCown, and Josh McCown has helped revitalize fucking Sam Darnold's career. And then he turned around right after that and fucking helped bring along JJ McCarthy. So I believe he would be the better deal because he has the better options for the whole team. If we come here with an offensive-minded head coach that just supposedly is just going to fix the offensive side, right? How does he fix the rest of the fucking team? If he doesn't have the people, there's no fucking way he's going to do that. When you look at Brian Flores, you can just damn near name out his squad already. You already know they're successful. They've already been successful. When you're going with it, I feel like it can get very dangerous very quick, man. Like, and especially like where we're at, you need somebody that's going to have attitude. You're going to need somebody that's going to put people in their place. You're going to need someone to call people out. You're going to need someone to fire motherfuckers too, not just hold on to a fucking guy. You need somebody here that's a fucking asshole, not someone that's going to be someone's friend right now. You know, like at this point in time, in order to get back to, you know, I keep thinking about like the military, everything. Like they will fucking break your ass. You know, like that's why only so many SEALs can go into that deal. You're going to ring that fucking bell sooner or later. And that's where we kind of need to be right now, is who's ringing the fucking bell and getting the fuck out of here. Because if you don't have a coach that's hard on these guys to get them back into their rhythm, get them back into being systematic, dude, it's like you get these players these days, man, where like Stefan Diggs and his brother and everybody, like they don't give a fuck. And you know why? Because there ain't nobody just reaming their ass. I've said this 100 times about Henry Ruggs, and I've said this about Damon Arnett, and so on. When Gruden was here, those motherfuckers didn't get out of line.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And Gruden fucking took off, and Rich Bisaccia became best friends, not a fucking coach. Well, guess what? People started dying, literally.
Yeah.
You know, so sometimes when you're trying to make a transition from a piece of shit team into something that's special or something, sometimes it's going to take the guy nobody wants because he's the motherfucker going to get the job done. I think when everybody's sitting here saying like, listen, if this team had the offense built or even the defense built, I would say, man, Clint would be a great option. The problem is the team ain't built either way. There's too many things here that need to happen. Don't get me wrong. The front office with Spytek and them, they'll hold on to it. There's no argument. But there's still just a lot of answers that need to be answered at that time. I would just say, like, I would hope we can sign them. I would say, like, if I'm just betting, like, I've always said good teams will sign good coaches when they believe in that. It's just like I said about Shula. If they believed in Shula in the Rams, they would sign him. I believe the Seahawks are going to try to work some type of deal, at least for a year, man. Like, I don't know if he's going to go this year. And I would just say, like, if you have to alter to somebody else, you know, the more I keep researching Matt LaFleur down there, I mean, he's not a bad option, actually. The guy's smart as fuck, dude. He knows how to run schemes. I mean, the guy's a really good coach. But, again, he's not play called or anything. You know why I give Clint the benefit of the doubt is because he left the Niners to go to the Saints, to go to the Seahawks, to call his own shit, and he's done phenomenal. So there's no arguing that, you know. But you don't want another Josh McDaniels problem here either. You don't want to go get him and then him just not be prepared to go into that next stage, and then we're fucking right back at Josh. I mean, I personally think, like, why I believe Brian's got to be the guy, man. I mean, if I'm just going to be honest, like, we need a drill sergeant right now. You know, the offense and defense are going to fix themselves in the next few years. Even like I've said, if you bring in Clint, you go get Fernando, there's nothing saying you're winning any fucking games next year. Fernando's never played a fucking NFL game, and any team that usually goes in transition a quarterback straight out of college into the NFL, they struggle like a motherfucker, dude. And more times than not, they don't never even make it in the NFL.
Well, junior quarterbacks especially,
because
they don't play. They play 2 or 3 games at the most.
Logic says
they're not seasoned enough
for a year. Logic says even if you draft Fernando, you sit him for a year. He's not going to start.
Just like Patty Mahomes. Yep.
Oh, yo, I wanted to say we could have said the same thing about.
Oh, what happened?
Oh,
where'd he go?
Connection there.
I think maybe the internet or maybe his phone.
Hello, someone throw him a life vest.
It happens.
Yeah, maybe it's the internet. It means New Year's. Maybe something happens.
He's probably talking to, thinking, fucking fuck, I hate that shit. Listen, man. I mean, I know how everybody wants it, how we want it to be, but we need somebody that's gonna piss people off, man.
That's facts. That's why I kind of made that post about it with saying like Flores and Dable and that, like we talked about in the last show, because like I feel like that's what it's gonna take, man. We need like a guy that's like gonna chew people out and shit, and like rebuild the team rebuild the football program from the ground up.
Dude, he knows players too, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's got the scouting, he's got the defense.
You're not getting a dumb coach in any way, shape, or form, man. And I believe, like, if he gets his second chance, and there's somebody willing to take the chance, it should be us. Because, listen, man, I can't keep emphasizing this. He did not get fired because he couldn't fucking coach a team. Like, coach a fucking team, man, and that's the beyond the least truth. Go look up the Miami Dolphins record before he got there, and in 2 years, did he go 24-25? Yeah, he brought that team back from struggling like a motherfucker.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Remember that show? Remember that show, Ballers with The Rock?
Your shit cut out.
Yeah. So are you muted?
You're muted. You gotta unmute. Yeah.
Okay. Y'all can hear me now?
Yeah.
You're good.
Yep.
Okay. I wanted to say just a second ago, they said the same thing about Kevin O'Connell. He learned under Sean McVay in that play calling, and then when he got to the Vikings, he took off. So I believe somebody from the Kyle Shanahan offensive coaching tree and the Sean McVay offensive coaching tree knows how to take off.
Yeah, but I mean, I won't argue that if one guy does, and I'm not going to argue that because the statistics say, like, even under the Kyle Shanahan tree, who's the most successful guy under him right now in the NFL? Do you know who it is?
Clint?
No, it's fucking D'Amico Ryans over with the fucking Texans.
Oh, yeah, my bad. Yep, you're right. You're right.
He's the only, and he's been pushed playoff for 3 straight years coming out of that system, but can you name anybody else? That's the point, is that he's not the first guy to leave there, and he ain't gonna be the last either. Look at Robert Saleh. Robert Saleh goes to the fucking Jets. He had a good fucking team with Rodgers and all those people and the fucking defense, and they couldn't win shit either.
No offense.
They can't do nothing. They had Zach fucking Wilson and everything, and they couldn't win fucking games. And we're gonna go draft Fernando and let this guy run that shit? That's crazy.
No, absolutely not.
An OC, he he couldn't find an OC to be successful to begin with. So at the end of the day, you gotta start paying attention to the whole picture, not just one picture. Yeah, we can sit here and say about Sean McVay with Kyle going, but what happened to fucking Robert Staley Staley fucking that was with the Chargers? He was trash as fuck.
Brandon Staley.
Brandon Staley. He was fucking garbage as fuck, dude. I mean, who else? Raheem Morris, isn't he over there? He about to get fired from the Falcons. I mean, and who else is over there? That's fucking Zach Robinson. They're the OC. I mean, garbage too. So, I mean, at the end of the day, there's a lot of coaches that leave and go. It's just like Bill Belichick. He let Patricia. He let goddamn 40 fucking people go. And like I've said, the only two guys that are carrying his name successfully at the moment is Josh McDaniels, obviously, as the OC at the Patriots, because he can't leave the motherfuckers.
You sure can't.
Great. But the other two is Brian Flores and fucking Brian Dabo. And it's just like I've said, Brian Flores is a talent evaluator. He will be able to develop a quarterback, and he will want a quarterback. He argued the fact of getting rid of Tua because he was garbage and wanted to draft his own fucking quarterback. He can tell. He knew 2 years before Mike McDaniels and the fucking Miami organization knew Tua was garbage. Like, Brian Flores is not a slouch, and he's not a loser, and he didn't get fucking fired because he couldn't coach a team. He got fired because he wanted to fucking let go of Tua and got in the argument with the ownership. So there's a big difference in what he's done. Now, there's other coaches out here that have gone to organizations, failed at trying to rebuild them, and got fucking fired and so on, and still ain't done shit. He's been successful everywhere he's gone, when he was coaching and when he was the head coach and when he left the motherfucker, and still as being a great head or a great defensive coach. Like, let's go look at the Vikings, for instance. You just said Kevin O'Connell, right? Do you think that the Vikings are doing good because of Kevin O'Connell, or do you think the Vikings are staying competitive because of Brian Flores' top 5 fucking defense? I mean, is JJ McCarthy and the offense fucking out there dominating this year? No. So
they were last year, not this year.
Yeah, with Sam Darnold and a whole different deal. But that's my whole point. The reason that they stay competitive is because of fucking Brian Flores. If Brian Flores wasn't on that defense, that team would look like fucking dog shit this year, and he would be getting looked at weird as fuck that he's supposed to be a quarterback guru, because that's what fucking O'Connell is, and he can't even get JJ McCarthy going. So we got to look at the reality and the facts of the conversations versus just saying we want this guy and we want that guy. It's nice to want an individual, but it's what he brings with him. It's like this. It's sometimes like, it's like if you're building the team, right? They tell you can have one superstar and everybody else got to be average as fuck. Or you can have 3 fucking mid dudes, 4 mid dudes, and then everybody else be there. I'm willing to take the risk on the fucking 4 mid dudes versus the 1 fucking superstar, because if I get a superstar, he can be a dick. He may not want to work with other people. He may be conceited, be about himself. And I'm not saying this in general of like that's who Clint and them would be. I'm just saying you have better structure with more mid people than you do just one superstar. If we all watched football back in the day and we're watching football now, right? It's just like basketball. They say you got to have a big 3 to be able to win any type of championships. That's where they claim it to be right now. You go back in the NFL, you were lucky if you had 2 or 3 good motherfuckers on your team, and then everybody else was average. They didn't even know their fucking name, dude. It'd be like, who the hell is the rest of that team? But if they were to sit there and say, oh man, Ray fucking Lewis, oh, Ed Reed, like boom, right away, fucking you had a few good players, but everybody else, you couldn't name who the fuck they were. You didn't even know their name. Like this nowadays, in order to win a Super Bowl, motherfucker, you got to have every superstar on the goddamn team. Superstar DN, superstar middle linebacker, superstar wide receiver, superstar fucking quarterbacks. Shit, some of these teams were winning with people like Trent fucking Dilford, Brad fucking Johnson. I mean, goddamn scrub ass quarterbacks winning fucking Super Bowl, and they had fucking nobody, but they had
more recently Nick Foles.
Yeah, I mean, they just had.
Yeah, I just wanted to say,
a couple of weeks ago, Justin, you was like, the job has to go to an offensive mind,
I think it
not
can go both ways in this
not
case because
defense. I just want to know, out of curiosity, what made you change your mind? Just out of
well,
curiosity.
I don't think if Brian Flores comes here, he's gonna let his own guy run the offense. So it's not any different. You know, like if we're looking at a transition from quarterback right now, and then for them to like, okay, if we're just sitting here saying we're only bringing Kubiak in here because he's gonna fucking run the quarterback, where else is he qualified outside of that? That's how we got to answer the question. If we look at Brian Flores, is Brian Flores going to run the quarterback? No. Is he going to go over there and fucking tell them how to run the quarterback? No. But he's going to evaluate them, and he's going to make goddamn sure that they got a good one and that he's going to be able to do the job for whatever OC he hires there to do his job. You know, like there's a difference. Like some of these coaches are going to try to take too much control. Brian's going to let whoever he hires run that side. So I'm for him to do that. I don't have an issue with the defensive coordinator doing that. But yes, and I'm still with Kubiak being the head coach. I'm not against him not being
Got
it.
you.
But I'm
Got
just
you.
saying, like, if we're sitting here saying like we're not getting Kubiak and we're looking at a different option, I'm going to go with Brian Flores all day long because he has a solid ass defense, and that's something Max needs at the moment. And he's going to get a good fucking OC that's going to allow him to develop the next fucking quarterback if that's the route they go. You know, there's nothing.
And then it's also an easy transition of Patrick Graham then, because you could just promote Rob Leonard to the DC.
I think it's an easy transition for Tom Brady to say, this is my fucking staple and this is my stamp and it's his people from where he came from. It's something just like I've said.
Sure.
If Clint Kubiak or any person, okay, let's say that you fucking hire, let's say that for whatever reason, Sean McVay is going to get fired, right? And we hire him. We're like, hey, we're going to get Sean McVay and we bring him here. What do you think the first thing he's going to fucking do here? Bring his guys here. He's going to bring his people from the fucking Rams up here. Same thing as Tom. He's going to go right into that booth, and he has multiple good people in the organization right now that are in the NFL in all kinds of spots, and he's going to start fucking bringing them fucking one by one. And the next thing you know, just a few years ago when Mike Vrabel was over there with Tennessee, right? And they were doing good. Had great draft picks, great fucking team put together. They had AJ fucking Brown. They had all kind of goddamn good people over there. Henry they had all kind of people. And guess what? Once the fucking guy goes and then nobody's there, team fucking falls right apart. Sometimes, like I say, it takes putting and those were all Patriot guys is what I was going to say. Those were all Patriot personnel that fucking left out of New England and fucking went to Tennessee. And Tennessee looked pretty good, looked like they were going to be pretty damn good team for a little while. But I think if Tom Brady is sitting here trying to put his money on the line, his fucking future on the line for the Raiders, listen, if he brings his own guys here, man, I don't see how I don't see him failing, man, because if I'm just going to be honest, like I said, if you're going with the young quarterback, you get Clint Kubiak because I believe the offense is the easier side to fix. I absolutely will not deny that. I believe if you're going to have success and win games, it would be through the offense, not the defense. But if you get to Brian Flores here, that changes a lot of different deals. It changes everything, okay? Now you're not going to just devote your shit just straight to the offense. Now you're going to have to sit here and say, okay, look, Brian Flores' career speaks for himself. He's top 5, top 10 defense. So, you know, right away, Raiders ain't never had no top 5, top 10 fucking defense. Fucking not anytime in the fucking recent era. So if you bring a guy that even makes us a top 15, even if he makes us top fucking 15, he don't need goddamn superstar offense. He just needs an offense that can manage the game and go put up fucking 21, 24 points, and he's going to take care of the rest with his defense. That's how you're supposed to do it. And when you have a coach like him that can do that, hey, I have no fucking issue. But the problem even with Clint Kubiak comes, who's his defensive guy? Anybody know? I don't fucking know.
Here's my opinion. Y'all can disagree. It's easier to get a defensive coordinator.
Like who? We've had Patrick Graham. Like who? I'd like to hear names.
Patrick Graham wasn't bad, but he was bad under Pete Carroll because he was a
Patrick
yes
Graham's
man.
been bad our whole time. Patrick Graham's been bad
I'm
our whole
not gonna say-
time. What, has he ever stopped the run in fucking 4 years he been here? Name any fucking team that he's been with
stopped the
us
run
and
pretty
stopped the run. No,
decently.
he's never stopped
Yeah,
it.
that's
one
what I was
fucking
about to
time.
say. We
Has
He's
his
always
fucking-
been great at
has
it,
his
but
fucking
pass
has his
rush
pass
is
coverage got worse over the last 2-3 years? Yeah, fucking A, it has.
I didn't say he was
Patrick
elite.
Graham's
He's not
garbage
elite.
quarterback or DC.
I think he's. I'm not saying he's perfect or anything, but we did lead the NFL in pass rushes at one time because of Patrick Graham.
We let it pass rush because of him. When
during even Josh McDipshit and even AP. The only problem with him, yes, the run stopped the year before. Not year before.
they won 4 fucking games under AP. Where was his defense at?
AP with Josh McDaniels era, they stopped the run actually pretty decently. What we did lack was the coverage.
Dude, just look up the fucking stats.
Last
he's
year,
never stopped the run decently.
Last year though, he sucked really bad because under him. I'm not saying he's perfect. I think that here's the thing he did do. He improved Cleveland Farrell. Cleveland Farrell sucked ass for a while. And then he got better, and then what happened? We fucking let him go, and he went to the 49ers. And I said this before, Cleveland Farrell and Tyree Wilson, they're like the same thing. They're pass rushers. They're not edge rushers, but just pass rushing defensive ends. They fit more into the 3-4 defense. And what you would do is you'd put a Cleveland Farrell or a Tyree Wilson as a defensive tackle more so than an end, you know. That's like Josh McDaniels was trying to turn Tyree Wilson to the next Richard Seymour. That's what he was trying to do. I wouldn't be surprised if we let him go and the Patriots get him. Because if you think about it, that's a Josh McDaniels guy. He's getting all the guys that, like even Thayer Munford, who was on our, we let him go. He went to the Patriots. He's a starting tackle there.
If Patrick Graham gets let go, who's picking him up? He couldn't even beat out the Bengals fucking defensive coordinator, which is garbage as fuck. And he's a college candidate that came from college, Notre Dame, fucking Golden or whatever the fuck his name was.
I'm not saying
he's not good, man. He's not good. How many head coaching jobs has he been to in the last fucking
I
few
would
years?
never put him as a head coach. I would never put Patrick Graham as a head coach. He's a good
Dustin, just
for as a head coach.
Dustin,
you don't want a head coach job.
Justin, just for argument's sake, this year, right? Our defense is 32nd in fucking points per game, fucking 32nd in yards per game, 32nd in fucking points per play, 30th in. So 28th and third down conversions allowed, 29th and fourth down conversions allowed, 25th in the the red zone scoring, like opponents scoring against us in the red zone, and 32nd.
What players he ever developed? What players he developed? Who's he developed? And he's been here for 4 years.
Under Josh, when he's under dipshit, he did improve Cleveland Farrell. They did start to improve Crosby. Crosby was struggling a little bit. But the
that's
guy
Rob Lennon. Rob Lennon.
That's all. That's all straight bullshit. That's all straight bullshit. Max Crosby ain't fucking struggled in his time. He goddamn fucking 5-time Pro Bowler. Fucking dude goes out. He leads the league. The only time that he struggles is when he leads into the season.
Yes, I know he got 10 sacks, but the guy, Coach Buckner, actually improved him because originally he was a rotational defensive end, and then they said no. You don't need to be rotational. Then they said, okay, he'll be opposite side of Cleveland Farrell because we were expecting Cleveland Farrell to be the starting defensive end. And then what happened? We had both of them, but Crosby did way better than Cleveland Farrell. He had a higher motor and everything than Cleveland Farrell. Cleveland Farrell never had a high motor. Like I said, I compared Cleveland Farrell to Tyree Wilson. None of them really had high motors. Cleveland Farrell didn't have a lot of sacks. In fact, he should have been a mid or late first round pick, not a fourth pick of the first round. Tyree Wilson should have never been a sixth pick or seventh pick of the first round. He should have been a mid first round pick, those areas. But at that time with Cleveland, where Tyree Wilson was at, the edge rushers were very, weak at that time. There's only 2 edge rushers, and Tyree Wilson was considered the second best defensive end in the draft. Second best or edge rusher, but he really wasn't an edge rusher. He was a pass rusher. But but he was Josh McDaniels' guy. He wanted him to be a Richard Seymour. And Seymour was what you call a defensive tackle / defensive end. And it didn't work like Josh McDaniels was. He was trying to be like Bill Belichick, and that shit didn't work.
And who was that?
Tyree Wilson. He wanted Tyree Wilson to be the next Richard Seymour. Richard Seymour.
I mean, if Tyree Wilson would have got stuck at DT, probably would have been just fine. But the fact that they did him like they did Clee, I mean, I said the same thing about Clee. If they just left him at DT over DN, he would have been just fine too, because he demands double team every time he's up there on that fucking line. So
I like Cleveland Farrell or even Tyree Wilson at DT when it comes to the pass rush, but stopping the run though, you'll get plowed. You'll get dog plowed, because when you got a guy that's under 300 pounds, they get dog plowed, especially like an Eagle offense. They will push those guys like they're nothing. They don't have the vertical base to stop them. Yes, pass rush when they're going in and chasing after the quarterback, they're both great at it. And Richard Seymour was a defensive end in a 3-4 defense with the Patriots. When he came to the Raiders, he played defensive tackle, under during the Al Davis era before Al Davis had passed away. I mean, that's where
he played both. He played both for us. He played DN, D tackle, but yeah.
Yeah, he was more of a DT than just look at the history like Howie Long. He was a pass rusher defensive end. And when we switched from the 3-4 to a 4-3, they put Howie Long as a tackle. He became a tackle, at the end, just before he retired and everything. That's what he played. He was a little bit undersized for a tackle. Great size defensive end, 6'4", 275. I mean, that's a good size end, but not a very good size tackle. But you can get away with that during the 90s and 80s era. But this era, you do that, just try to stop the run, man, you will get dog plowed, because all the old linemen can do is just push you backwards. They don't have to get like
especially
big yardage.
Big lines.
Yeah, you got to get some fat boys in that interior. I mean, when stopping the run, you got to get.
Well, that's what I was saying earlier. After whoever, like Arvell Reese or whoever we get in the first round, maybe in the second round or something, get either a 3 tackle or a nose tackle.
Yeah, 300 plus pounds, a big wide
There's
body
a couple
guy.
of guys I like this, the Caden whatever from Ohio. There's a couple other guys that I like too. I was looking at earlier today.
Yeah, I mean,
like 330 pound guys, 320 around that.
Oh yeah, exactly.
G-Town, I would just say like, sold on Mendoza. I'm not too. I like him. I think he's a good quarterback. I think he's the number 1 quarterback in this draft.
Yeah.
And I do believe he's played more competition where he's at, but I don't think he's played like big game competition, dude. And I mean, Miami just beat the fucking Ohio. Ohio struggled against fucking Indy over there the same way. Just Miami was able to do a lot more with it. And not only that, Ohio's got that sophomore quarterback. I mean, I would just say like Shador's numbers were bigger than Mendoza, and what did he go, like 5th round? So I don't know. He had a Heisman Trophy. He had better yards. He had better fucking completion percentage. I mean, and I'm not gonna say he ain't gonna be good for the Browns. And I would still argue that the Browns have more better team than we do. Fucking more complete defense and fucking offense. But
well, yeah, their O line, they have a good run blocking O line. If we had a blocking line like they did in the run blocking, Ash Jitley most definitely would have well over 1,000 yards rushing.
Fuck he's only 122 yards off 1,000 yards.
Well, if he gets 1,000 yards, yeah, I mean that'd be great and everything.
I don't
But
think he's rushing
as
for
long as hey,
122
if he
against
gets,
the Chiefs. I don't think so.
yeah, well, it's going to be bad because we're playing against their third string quarterback. Although Geno Smith, it's kind of bad news that he's hurt. He's out, I believe it is.
Geno's out. Pickett's starting.
Yeah, that's going to be bad news for us to tank, though. That's what I'm worried about. Because we could possibly beat the Chiefs, and sure, it sounds good to beat the Chiefs.
Well, I
do
mean,
we
you may
really
have
want
him out or not, but their defense is still there. So, I mean, they didn't lose their defense, and our offense has been trash as shit. So,
Well, what we could do is play stupid again, just run the ball all the time and lose the game to them like that. Mostly run like 70% of the time. We can possibly lose to Chiefs that way.
yeah, I mean, we can most definitely probably win this game. There's no doubt.
Yeah, that's the only thing I'm worried about.
But we would we'd have the second overall pick anyway, so it wouldn't really matter.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna get the first pick if we lose. If we win, yeah, we go second because we lost to the Giants. Giants were aiming for the first pick of the first round, but since they beat us, now we're at the first.
Well, it's not that. That's not why. It's the strength of schedule. We're like a 5-4-4-2. They're like a 5-5-0. So they'll never be underneath us, and they're the only team that we can jump ahead and they can jump below is the Jets. The only team.
Wait, the Jets, how many wins do they have? We still got 2 wins only, and
I think they only have 3. I think they only have 3. But if we win and they lose, their win percentage is underneath ours, or strength of schedule. It's the strength of schedule is under ours. So we'll all have the same wins, but our strength of schedule determine where we're at. And like I said, I know we're at a 5-4-4-2 right now. And if we were to win and they didn't, I think the Jets are like a 5-5-0. So if I'm assuming the Jets are probably like a 5-4-6, and if we win, we'll be a 5-4-8, and then fucking that'll put us in the second underneath the Jets being in third, or the Giants in third, and then us the Jets in first.
I hope we lose, though. I know it sounds bad, but we got to out tank. It's about the tank title. That's what we're trying to go for, the tank title.
That's why we should just treat it like a preseason match.
Yeah.
And just play all the fucking young guys. Use it as an evaluation game going into the off season.
Yeah, it's time to tank.
Yeah, but I'm saying you don't even have to really tank. You're just doing an evaluation. I think preseason type game.
Yeah, I think the Chiefs would have a better chance at really beating us easier if they had Uncle Rico on their side, but he's out for the season 2.
Yeah, that's why we might win the game, because they're down to their third string quarterback.
Well, yeah, actually he played pretty good. I ain't gonna lie, he actually played pretty good.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Yeah.
The chance
we've got to lose. We got to hopefully to lose. It's like we're praying to lose, but to pray to lose is to pray to win,
Yeah.
If you play Pickett, you'll probably lose. But you put Aiden in there,
probably
win. Liability that we can win that motherfucker.
That's what I was saying when you said earlier about Aiden and Pickett battling it out. I'm like, maybe I should just hope they start Pickett, because then we can lose.
Man, if we'd had if goddamn Geno Smith didn't get hurt, he'd play, just throw a lot of interceptions, and then the Chiefs would win, Because he was throwing interceptions like crazy against the Giants, and they have one of the worst defenses. And he
the only good thing about Geno is you could bet that he'd throw 1 to 2 picks per game.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
Like he averaged 1 to 2 picks a game, so at least when you had Geno in there, they're going to turn the ball over. And earlier in the year, obviously you don't want the motherfucker doing that, but then when you need him to actually be on the team to fucking do that shit to secure the pick, and then he's not on the team, it's kind of annoying.
Well, according to I don't know what it is, the mock draft. Right now, in the mock draft,
Well,
they have a number one, but it could change. Yeah.
But at least on the flip side, even if we do happen to win, at least we're still finishing with a top 3 pick at least.
Yeah.
Of course, we want the 1, but at least finishing in the top 3. Like most years, we've been finishing like top 7, top 6, not top 3. So, and then if we do go the route of a Brian Flores, you're probably going to take a defensive player rather than the quarterback, most likely. Like Dustin's been saying, Arvel Reese or whatever.
I would go after him. I would go after him this year if it was me.
Yeah, I have no problem with that.
I've said it, man. I would just go get Malik, man, pay him fucking 15 to 25 million a year, fucking draft Reese, fucking put him with Max, and if we have a bad season again this up year, we'll get a quarterback in 27. And even if we don't have a bad year, we'll still get a quarterback in 27.
Yeah, and then the other thing I was going to say with getting Reese is like Max's contract the following year when Reese has already had 1 year in the NFL. Max's contract is very tradable in 2027.
He has a 0 dead cap in 27.
Exactly. So if Reese looks good in 2026, then you already know you got your replacement for Max. So it's like you're playing chess 2 years ahead. To get a year to see what they can do together. If they don't perform as a duo like you hope, then you can just move off. But Reese performs to a certain level, then you can just move off the $40 million contract of Max and start rebuilding the defense with that money around Reese. But then, like I said, draft the quarterback next year because we'll have multiple first-round picks.
Well, it's all a risk because, most likely, maybe, and there a lot of things can happen next year. Quarterbacks get hurt, their stock drops. I mean, it does happen where players peak out and then they suck at the next year.
That is true, but there's but there's really like 10 at this point, 10 quarterbacks that were better than this year's class.
Yeah, but if you do, I said this before, if you do get Fernando Mendoza, you want to sit him for possibly a whole year and then play him next year, because he's a junior quarterback and he hasn't played as much. It would be the smartest move. It's like what the Chiefs did with Patrick Mahomes. He never played his rookie year.
Yeah, well, Tom Brady's already said no matter what quarterback we draft, we're sitting them for a year.
Yeah, I wouldn't say no matter what quarterback. You get a senior quarterback that's a 4-year guy that's more seasoned, you want him to play right now. But
even then, I don't think Tom will. Even then, Tom will still sit him for a year, regardless.
I don't know. But it'll be up to the head coach, whoever that is. Any like Gruden or something, he will not sit a quarterback. Like if he had a Derek Carr, he wouldn't have sat him. He would say, "Man, this motherfucker wants to win right now," and he would have started him just like Jack Del Rio, not Jack Del Rio, but Dennis Allen started him, even though Dennis Allen didn't have anything around for him, but he still did great. He outplayed.
Yeah, matchup.
But if a quarterback outplays and he's playing his ass off and he's ready, sometimes you see these senior quarterbacks, they're ready right now. They have that game experience more so than these junior quarterbacks. I mean, we look at Lance, what's his name for the 49ers that went to the Cowboys?
Trey Lance.
Trey Lance only had like 1 year of experience in college, and he was benched most of the time that he played his last year, had a good stat, and then 49ers traded high on him, and he had so much inexperience. He had a lot to learn. It was like having a junior high school student come into a university, that's what it was like. And he was not ready. It's like, you don't want to do that. You want to bring someone that's got a little more seasoning, but it's exactly like that. But yeah, Trey Lance, he had all the talent and all that. The problem with him was that he was not developed. He should have been sat for at least a year, but he wasn't. And, they tried playing him, and then he got hurt a few times, and then he made a lot of mistakes. And then, then the 49ers like, nah, fuck him, get rid of him. And then went to the Cowboys, and he looked pretty good with the Cowboys. But, the 49ers develop quarterbacks really good usually. So do the 49ers and Cowboys. They do. We are not the greatest quarterback developing. I mean, we did not develop Derek Carr. He developed on his own. Jack Del Rio didn't develop him. It was Bill Musgrave that helped him out, made some good plays, and Derek Carr was in his sophomore year very workable with coaches. He was workable with Gruden. Even when Gruden was being a douchebag to him, Derek Carr still did his best to work with him. And then he grew on Gruden, and Gruden stopped being a douchebag to Derek Carr. But yeah, I think Derek Carr. I mean, I think with Gruden, he put a lot of the blame on Reggie McKenzie, which I do understand because he made some stupid ass draft picks. In 2018, Colton Miller was the only good pick at the time. The rest of them were all trash. Brandon Parker was not a bad pick. He was just the wrong position. He was not. He was supposed to be a backup right tackle, and he was never a right tackle. He was a left tackle, and then Donald Payne got hurt, and he had to fill those big shoes, and he did not fit the subscription well. But I'll tell you this, though, when Colton Miller got hurt, we played against the Chargers. Brandon Parker was the left tackle, and he blocked pretty damn good. He even blocked Joey Bosa very well, I mean, that was just his position. He never played right tackle. It just wasn't his position. Some tackles can play right and left, like Trent Brown can play both positions, but most of the time, most tackles, they're either a right tackle or a left tackle. I know there was Orlando Brown. He played right tackle most of the time, like with the Ravens, but he wanted to get paid more money. Played left tackle, and actually he did pretty decently, But when drafting a tackle, I always look at the college years, how much experience they played, and that's where you don't want to put a left tackle in a right tackle position, and then they're in a shitty situation. I mean, if there's like a few tackles ahead of them, they're on the roster, then it's not so bad. Then you're slowly transitioning the left tackle to becoming a right tackle. You can do that, but sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Just they don't do well. I mean, that's just how it is. Guards, it's like Alex Leatherwood would have been probably a pretty decent left tackle than a right tackle, but he was mostly a guard than a tackle. He played both positions, but he was always on the left side. And when he played right tackle, he sucked. And then Gruden said, you know what? I fucked up on that one, so I'll just make him a guard, And that was the right thing to do. And then when Gruden was gone, and Josh McDaniels said, oh, he's played right tackle before? I like to see him at right tackle. Oh, he sucks. Get rid of this motherfucker. And we got rid of a 17th pick of the first round, and for nothing. And that was a bullshit move on Josh McDaniels' part. He should have just put him as a guard. That's what he should have been. Just leave him as a guard. He's a good run blocker, but I think it was just an arrogant move. It was like he was sabotaging his team. I always felt like Josh McDaniels was sabotaging his team to get rid of all the Gruden guys and make it all his guys. Except for the only exception would be Crosby. Keep Crosby, but anyone else he could get rid of. He was going to get rid of Malcolm Kuntz originally. That's what he really wanted to do. He wanted to get rid of Kuntz.
Who did?
Josh McDaniels. He wanted to get rid of him. I mean, he already drafted a guy to, drafted Tyree Wilson to take his spot. He drafted him to take his spot, But yeah. It's crazy. now we don't know what's up. If we have an offensive type of coach, I think we draft a quarterback. If we go defense, like say Brian Flores, yeah, most likely probably won't draft a quarterback. I mean that's just a given. I mean, I'd be surprised if we get a defensive mind coach and then we draft a quarterback in the first round. I agree with you, Dustin. I think you're going to trade down and probably draft a linebacker or a corner or something. Someone may not want to draft. Yeah, you might not want to draft a quarter in this round.
I said it, you don't want to rush into picking a quarterback because you're so desperate you think you need one.
The other thing I was going to say with that is if you look at other teams like the Jags and so on, they didn't get the quarterback. They built the defense first, then they went and got their quarterback.
Yeah, they got a lot of edge rushers mostly.
Yeah, because edge rushers outside of quarterback, the edge rush is the next, or the pass rush is the next most valuable thing. So you go and get the pass rusher, like in this case for us, at Arville Reese.
Yeah. Yeah, I would think that if you get Flores will probably be kind of like a Jack Del Rio guy. If he gets the right guys, he could be very effective like Jack Del Rio. But Del Rio only is effective when he has his guys, his coordinators right. And if he gets the wrong coordinator like he did with Todd Downing, that's where his ultimate fatal thing was, But Bill Musgrave was his unicorn, and he didn't realize that, I don't know. I like Flores more as a defensive coordinator. I mean, what would be a dream matchup would be get John Gruden and then get Brian Flores as a corner. Now, that would be ultimately awesome, but that's asking way too much though. But it would be sweet if that were to happen. That way you got Gruden, he'll fix that old lineup, and then he can work on a quarterback, and maybe he gets him in Fernando Mendoza, maybe he doesn't. But Gruden's the kind of guy that doesn't like to work on quarterbacks when he's the head coach. I mean, he likes quarterbacks, likes the rookie quarterbacks and all that, but if he wants to win right now, he'll probably just stick with. In my opinion, I think he would stick with Kenny Pickett and keep 8-2. And have those guys there and just keep those two quarterbacks and not even draft a quarterback. That's what I think if Gruden was the head coach again for the Raiders. But when it comes to a new offensive coordinator an offensive type of coach, he'd most likely get rid of Kenny Pickett and then draft a quarterback. That's an offensive type, but like defensive types like Brian Flores, I think they're going to draft on defense.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, it's true what Flores did to the Dolphins. He made their secondary really good. They had one of the best secondaries in the NFL, and that's what we kind of need. That's been our missing link. We've always had terrible secondaries. We've not had a great secondary since Nnamdi Asomugha. That was the last time we had a good secondary. Nnamdi Asomugha. Then when we got rid of him, we had the most shittiest wind-up.
That's why I think we need to. We either need to get a corner in free agency if there's one available, or trade, or we need to draft. Or we need to draft a corner and either if we get Arville Reese, maybe get a corner too if we have 2 first rounds, or maybe get the corner in the second round.
Yeah, I don't know if I get a second round corner because we have if you get a second round corner, that's more developmental. You could now
not really
minds. I mean, you look at Porter. I don't think he was given a fair shake.
Well, he's a third rounder, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he could be a starting corner if with a good defensive coordinator like Brian Flores. He could.
There's some good corners in the second round, like that Colton Hood kid out of Tennessee. I think he should be there in the second.
Well, Flores could possibly just get some.
There's a couple. I also like
Well, it's been a steal of a
I
corner.
think he's
yeah.
from Texas. Dominic Jackson or something. I think he's related to Bo Jackson, but he's a corner.
Yeah. I mean, I like tall corners. I don't like them short ones like Meek Roberts. I thought he'd be a great corner if he was just at least.
Yeah. Oh, Alabama. That's the one he plays for. Yeah, Dominic Jackson is like 6'1", 196. But yeah, he plays for Alabama. Dominic Jackson, I'm pretty sure is related to Bo Jackson, but I could be wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that would be cool. I mean, I like tall corners like in the 6 foot range.
And the good thing is he's played like in a tough conference or whatever, playing at Bama. So
yeah, I mean, the Charles Woodsons are rare, very rare, the most rare. But Namdis are not rare, but they're great to have. They're the man coverage corners, the big physical man coverage corners. Namdi was just man coverage. That's all he was.
Well, it's like the thing I was watching the other day, man. Namdi was good in his time. Like I think there was something like when they were talking about how
he's just a great man press corner for the Raiders.
Yeah,
we ran man press on one side and zone on the other, man, and he did it perfect.
Yeah, and then I think that year or something, he only allowed like 18 catches the whole year, no touchdowns.
Yeah, he went to the Eagles and got destroyed, man.
Yeah, they played zone. Yeah. Larry Fitzgerald talked good about Namdi. He said he was one of the most difficult corners he ever went to. Namdi shut Larry Fitzgerald when he played for us, but then when he went to the Eagles,
that just goes to show. Yeah, it just goes to show though that coaching matters, because when he's with us, he's a shutdown corner, but then he goes to a different system, it doesn't work. It just goes to show that every player fits like a certain system, and every player needs like to be a part of a certain system in order to be at their best.
Yeah, the Eagles did was they looked at his stats. They didn't look at him as a man coverage corner.
Yeah, they didn't utilize him right like we did. We utilized him the right way, so therefore he performed to his best ability.
Yeah,
that's another reason why I think Flores starts to make more sense the more and more I think about it, because we need somebody that knows how to rebuild a fucking defense. Like if we're going to talk about which side of the ball is weaker, it has to be the defense.
Yeah, it's a secondary, which is the most needed.
I was going to say linebackers. But my point's being is our defense has never been that good. Like our defense right now in a lot of categories is dead last. It's dead fucking last in a lot of categories. And there's important ones like, opposition points per game, fucking yards per game, fucking stopping the run. Like, just so many holes on the defense. It's not even funny when you really start to look at it. People want to talk about our defense being this and that. It's been trash. Like, it's like trying to put lipstick on a pig. But so the point that I'm saying is the hardest side of the ball to rebuild right now, when I really think about it, is the defense. Because it's just, you need linebackers, you need corners, you need a safety, right? You need defensive linemen, like a nose tackle and a 3-tech.
Yeah.
You need another edge rusher opposite Max Crosby. There's just so many fucking pieces. If you only get a mediocre defensive guy, they're not going to rebuild shit. But if you get someone like Brian Flores, who's the head coach / defensive coordinator, he knows how to build teams with lesser players. He knows how to develop players into being good players. So the more I think about it, it just makes sense to get Flores. And then go and get an OC to rebuild the other side, because the offense only needs like a couple linemen and a quarterback and maybe a receiver, and then they're set. Like we have other pieces here. We have Brock Bowers, we have Ashton Genty, we have Michael Mayer, we have Trey Tucker, who with a good quarterback would be 1,000-yard, 10-touchdown receiver this year, most likely. Then you also got Jack Besh, who's coming along nicely. He can be your slot guy. We just need an X receiver, a couple linemen, and maybe a backup running back and a quarterback, and then we're good.
Yeah, I do think. I would use Besh as the Jack Besh as the slot.
He's to me he's a possession guy. I like him as a player. I'm just saying he's a possession guy. So I think using his body length, the way he uses his coverage and everything, I think he'd make an excellent slot receiver. That's just my opinion.
I agree with that. He is a possession receiver. Even Tim Brown was a possession receiver, and he always got 1,000 yards receiving. I mean, Tim Brown wasn't the fastest receiver There was, but man, he was he knew he was very reliable. When it was third and long or something, even on third and long, he'd get a first down at like 3rd and 10 and stuff. Wasn't the fastest receiver, wasn't the fastest guy, but he could outmaneuver fast, speedy corners. He did it against Charles Woodson when he was a little bit past his prime, when he scored a touchdown against us. And what's crazy is our Raider fans berate Tim Brown. It was with the Tampa Bay Bucks, even though we beat the Bucks at the time. But the Raider fans, man, they never ever gave up on Tim Brown. They said they missed him, they wanted him back.
Yeah.
I think Tim Brown was one of the most loyal Raider players we've ever had.
Speaking of Tim Brown, I wouldn't mind drafting. I think it's his nephew.
Oh, yeah.
Zachariah Branch in the mid rounds.
Yeah.
That's a receiver we could get in the mid rounds, maybe like round 3 or 4, or somewhere around there.
Yeah.
But there's also a couple other guys like Malachi Fields who should be there.
You said 304, like the end of the draft.
Yeah, no, I'm saying round 3 or 4 of the draft. Sorry.
I thought you said
No. I'm saying round 3 or 4. Round 3 or 4. I'm not saying pick 3 or 4. Fuck no.
I thought you said 304. I was like, what the fuck?
No, fuck no. I'm saying 3 or 4, not 3 or 4. Round 3 or round 4.
Team.
Yeah.
All we need is the Godfather, and we're all good. The pimping ain't easy.
Yeah.
Godfather is a Raider fan too.
I was just Dustin. I was just saying to Rudy. The more I think about it, that fucking Flores makes sense because we got more holes on the defensive side of the ball. So we need a guy that can develop young defensive players to rebuild that side more so than the offense.
I mean, I think that's where you got to kind of go. The defense is going to take a lot to rebuild, man.
Yeah, it's going to take a shit ton. We need linebackers, corners.
And you can win games with the mid defense. There's no.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I say a defensive coach makes sense because they can help rebuild that side.
At all the good teams, man, they all got top 5 defenses, dude, helping their fucking top 15 offense. Like they have a better.
Yeah,
chance.
look at the Niners. The Niners have done it that way for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Jacksonville's kind of the same. They're in the playoffs right now, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like they got Trevor Lawrence, but Trevor Lawrence has no way lived up to the hype, and then their defense is
better. Now that you know what though?
Yeah, now they got a better play caller. He's getting better.
Yeah, with goddamn, what's his name? That former wide receivers on our team.
I just couldn't believe it for years. How much they were stuck.
Kobe Myers, yeah. That's what happens when you get old. Shit.
But I'm just saying, like, I can't believe how long it took them to get good when they had all those players on defense and they went and drafted fucking Lawrence and they drafted ETN the following year. It's like, fuck me, how many good players do you need to be good?
Yeah. Yeah, just.
But then it was just the coaching there, and then they got Liam Cohen, and it's like year 1 of Liam Cohen. They just take the fuck off.
Yeah. Our biggest Achilles heel is Mark Davis. That's the guy.
That's why, like Dustin said, like I said before, we got Mark Davis is just got to sit at the back and shut the fuck up and count his money while fucking they let Tom and Swiatek run.
I hope so. I hope so.
He's the biggest hinder to our team. It's not even close.
Of course he is. He's concentrating on women's NBA. And women's NBA is shit. It's like fucking boring as fuck, and it don't mean nothing. The NBA is the only reason why it's still around. If NBA had not supported the WNBA, they would have been out of business like over 20 years ago. That's the only reason why they're still around. People can call me a sexist bastard, but that's the truth, Oh, speaking of sexist bastard, one time in Alaska, my brother and I were seeing this driver driving funny. I said, I bet you it's a woman driver. My brother said, I bet you it's an Asian driver. And the crazy part was we were both right.
I'm not gonna lie. Asian women drivers even here tend to not be as good behind the wheel because they're too timid because of how their husbands are. They get very timid behind the wheel, and then when you're timid while driving, it makes you a bad driver.
Yeah. Now my sister, she drove like a dude. She did not drive like a man. The girl, I remember seeing her drive. She was on a cell phone, talking and shifting gears at the same time. I was like, "Holy shit! How could anyone do that shit?"
I think it also it's not very based on. I wasn't saying about gender. I'm just saying because the way the blokes treat the Asian women, they make them timid.
Yeah.
So they're just not as good drivers because they're timid. Whereas you take my wife, for example, she grew up driving around Nairobi, which is way busier than here, so she's a really good driver.
Yeah. Yeah, my sister, she kind of she's like my dad. She likes to drive on people's asses. He'll get too close, but she hates people that drive slow. She said speedster. She'll talk shit too. She'll say, "You drive like an old lady," and all that other stuff.
Yeah, my wife will talk shit to people all the time. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Especially when if someone cuts her off or something like that, she'll even flip them off and shit.
Yeah. Imagine an old lady tells a guy, says, "You drive like an old bitch." Yeah. I mean, that happens though, but yeah.
No offense, but that voice you just made almost sounded like the one from Family Guy, the old dude, when he's talking to Chris.
Oh,
from Family Guy?
Wait, no. You're thinking of Herbert the Pervert. You're thinking of
what is it? Like,
Hey, you want a popsicle? You want a popsicle?
Hey, Chris, you like popsicles?
Chris, you want a popsicle?
That voice is more like the one from South Park, the poo or whatever.
Yeah. He goes, "Chris, get your fat ass over here."
Yeah. Get your fat ass over here.
Yeah. Oh, I've done voices. I've done Quagmire. It's pretty messed up. I've been working on Peter Griffin. That's the toughest one I've ever tried.
Yeah, there was one I saw. There was a dude that I saw did that shit on Instagram where he was recording he was calling a pizza shop or something, pretending to be Peter Griffin. That was hilarious.
Yeah, I got a friend that kind of looks like Peter Griffin a little bit, but he got pissed when I said he's Peter Griffin. I said, "All right, my friend." I said, "I'll be Brian. Okay, does that make you feel better?" I would have said I'd rather be Brian than be Stewie. Stewie might be smart and all that, but he's a little homo though.
Yeah. You talking about the baby?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a bit of a weird baby, that's for sure.
Hell yeah, Stewie will screw the dog.
Yeah.
Exactly. He's a fucking weirdo.
Well, he made out with the dog too. That was pretty messed up.
He don't. Fucking Stewie don't give a fuck.
Oh, you know what was real funny when Brian was a sniffer or whatever for the airlines. He smelled Quagmire. He says, "He goes, yeah, what about me?" And he goes, "You've been with 2 female Filipino prostitutes and a male Filipino prostitute." He goes, "Don't you mean 3 Filipinas?" And he's like,
That's funny.
Yeah, it was.
American Dad ain't bad either.
Oh yeah, American Dad was pretty good.
I like Roger's pretty funny on that one.
Yeah, I remember someone on YouTube. Her name is she goes by Jill Jackson. I don't think it's her real name. They call her the producer. She sounds exactly like Francine, Stan's wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she would say to everybody, "Has everybody had their bomb pops?" Those. And I was wondering, what are bomb pops? And I remember, they're those popsicles and all that. And I tried them out, and they were addictive like cocaine or something. I was like, "God damn you, producer, you got me hooked on bomb pops." Yeah, and I've seen them. Even my great niece, my brother, being the grandpa, he would when they're about to leave, he gives her a bomb pop. One of those little. They're small as hell though, and she's 3 years old, and she gets a bomb pop to go home with her. Popsicle. And it's Alaska. It's snowing as hell, and everybody eats ice cream and popsicles in the cold ass weather. I was like, no way. I can't handle that shit. That's cold.
That sounds like something I would do just because I fucking love to eat sugar, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. I don't know how people can eat cold ass food and be in the snow. I mean, they eat a freaking.
I get that. I get that though, because to me the best food in in cold weather is I like some Middle Eastern foods, like some of their soups and shit when it's cold.
Yeah.
Like especially like some of the Persian fucking it's like a meat soup.
Yeah.
Where they just boil the meat and whatever for a long time, and it's just like it's just like boiled meat and vegetables and shit in the soup.
Yeah.
I think I'm hop off here. I'm about to pass out, man. Fucking.
It's pretty late now. It's like I don't know what time it is.
Today's Thursday, so we'll just go live again on Sunday when the game's over, and hopefully they fire Pete right there on the field, and we'll go
I wish
there.
Mark would have the balls like his old man to get fucking Pete to announce his own firing like we did with Jack Del Rio.
Yeah.
Well, Mark fired Del Rio.
That's what I'm saying. I wish he'd have balls to do that again.
Well, he told Reggie to fire him.
He just might.
Yeah. But
good on that, I'm gonna hop off, dude. I appreciate all you guys popping up, man. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Salute to the mods in chat, everybody else, and outside of that, I hope you guys have a great New Year. Stay safe. Don't drink and drive, and we'll be back on in the next few days. I'm just getting tired, and if I fall asleep, none of you guys can shut my deal off is the problem.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah.
I mean, if you guys want to keep talking, you can
No,
talk.
I'm good.
All right.
Yeah, I'm good.
Outside of that, see you guys later. If you guys want to give a shout out before we bounce.
Yeah, shout out to everyone who showed up in the chat today. G-Town, 2 cents, Raider Yonder. Anyone else? Let's scroll up real quick. To James as well. And shout out to and shout out to anyone else who shows up and watches replay later.
Yeah, it's going to be a good game when we play against the Chiefs. Hopefully we lose.
And Los Raiders. Los Raiders. So,
yeah. Time to tank, everybody. That's all I got to say. Time to tank. Get the tank title.
Tank game 2. Take 2.
Yeah. I'll call it Tank Mobile instead of Tech Mobile.
Mobile. That's hell fun. All right, man. See you guys later, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Later, everyone.